Howdy, Burger Town, hello. I hope your weekend treated you so well and that you're on an exciting start to this new week we have right here, the week of February 3rd, 2025. Hi, Mana. Mana, I saw you talking in Lupin stream right there. Look at that fluffy dust bunny. You said you're getting over con crud. I'm sorry to hear that you had any. I felt tired after the con, as I do every con. The idea of socializing with people for an entire weekend, that always makes me a little bit tired. Hi, Golden. Wah, wah, wah.
Three rats / maybe more.
You know what? I can confirm there was even more rats than 3 at the con itself. Did I hang out with any more than 3? I think at one point I was around 4 in total. You slept for like 17 hours today? Yeah, I mean, you were busy. You were much busier than I was this week, and I hope everything went well for you, Victor. Hope you had a ton of fun. Hi, Foodski. Hi. I saw the preview of your message, and I thought, why respond? Because I can just show you. You don't feel that bad, but you do feel under the weather. I was journaling just about my life and feelings post-con, and I was thinking to myself, maybe the fact that I stay very busy and I'm constantly doing things, like, I'll talk about everything I did both before, during, and after the con, but like one of the things I did on the drive down was organize work notes because I wanted to. And I'm like, Kelif, you need to calm down a little bit. You're trying to be on vacation and you're still organizing. You're still pushing forward on things. No wonder you were tired after the weekend, because it was work plus social. But to be fair, disconnecting is something that I have struggled with. I realize it's a thing I want to get better at. I need to nurture that part of myself. Also, Golden, I was so interested in chatting, I forgot about the monetary value of your action. Thank you for those 34 months. I guess Slashin doesn't work the same with Justin. I do have like a pretty old version of Justin TTS, like intentionally so, because I love them. You were fucking busy? Oh, wow, you gotta fuck a guy named Busy? Oh my gosh, what a salacious con already for you. I should have met you when I was free, but you made yourself busy again. I was just talking about making myself busy all the time. I get it. Hi, Wolvie. Hi, Issa. Wolvie, I have to tell you. Oh, Disco Paul, hello. Wah, wah, wah.
29 months of my favorite candy, Caliph Squish, Caliph Squish, Caliph Squish.
Caliph Squish. Chat, did you know, speaking of Kangi, thank you so much, Disco Paul, for those nearly 30 months. Today is the first stream I have of February. That's right. I'm going to be so Kangi this month. Asterisk, I'm still going to be Puppy in VR chat. Anyway, Wolvez, I am almost at the end of House of Leaves. I read a little bit more yesterday. It's been kind of like my pre-bed ritual on non-stream days to get extra cozy and extra sleepy. I only have like, I think it's like 50, 60 pages left of the Navidson record, which is the main meat of the book. I'm pretty sure I've gone through the majority of the appendices. I will want to double check. Will I still want to flip through and read some things after the fact? I probably will. I was telling my husband in bed yesterday, I feel like House of Leaves is almost like a book where a New Game Plus treats you very well, because so much is happening that you lose out on intimate context without seeing the whole picture. And how could you ever take in the whole picture on one, let alone 2 goes? I don't know, but I'm interested. Issa, tell me about your, and Hawk, tell me about your Balatro tournament experience. I watched the finals at the con in a group of, who was it there? It was me, Gunnar, Rego, and my husband. We all watched the finale of that. So congrats, Hawk. You're so cool. Fucking Zord's so cool. Fox is so cool. Issa's so cool. Everybody who's a part of that was so cool. You saw on the dashboard, this emote's been used like 400 plus times. I finally get to witness one of the Kel's post-con just chatting streams. I think they're a little bit infamous. I feel like people love my post-con chatting streams. It is a good one. Hi, Warely. I love Justin TTS. Hi, Matthew. Gosh, hello. You didn't mean to derail? That is fine. I have a good memory, and I would never leave any chatters behind. You're all coming with me on the adventure. There was actually a funny story related to that disco Paul. Before the con, I guess it'd be on my last stream, so previous Thursday, I talked to a chatter and they said something. I thought it was funny, and I said, I'm going to message you later. The whole con passes. Monday night, I like finally put together a response and I sent it to them. I told them, I didn't forget. I was just busy. Sorry for like 4 days, but there you go. You read so fast. It does not feel fast in the moment. Like, House of Leaves is a dense book. I probably spent like over an hour on some like 50-page sections. But yeah, I underline a lot. I haven't taken many side notes. So for the first like 4 or 5 chapters, I was really good at writing in my journal about it. And then I just felt voracious and I needed the knowledge and I kept going. Also, Derek. Hi, Derek. I'm guessing you'll share your thoughts after. Yeah, I will definitely share my thoughts after. Contrary to popular belief, you did no such adult things during ANEX. Well, I hope you had fun no matter what. I did 0 adult things too. Should there be an asterisk there? I'm not going to talk about it anyway, so who cares? So the question is, does House of Leaves ever end? For real? Well, no, it just digivolves into myhouse.wad. And I don't know if that has digivolved yet, but we'll see. Don't remind me. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you not have a fun time? Where to start? It was so cool. Hi, PJ. Your Bellagio friends are so smart. Yeah. Have I seen the fursuit photo already? I have. I have that whole, well, I was going to say tweet. I have the skeet right here. I'll go through all the things. If there's anything I missed, though, people can definitely throw stuff at me. So in short, round 1 is fun, but round 2 caught you off guard and hit you hard. So, I mean, I was at the con during the weekend, so I did not catch everything. I only really intimately know the details of the final round. Like, we happened to be done with like dinner and like dealer's den stuff. So it was a perfect like wind down to do in the hotel room. But I did miss all the other ones aside from the final round. So first round was hella powerful. There's at least, 3 legendaries available? You're actually scared to not score enough because so much potential there. The round, the one that Zor got the highest score in the entire tournament. Second round is mean. You're echoing Issa's words. I don't like the green deck much, and the seed itself is really scary. It's like whiplash from the round. Whoa! I mean, I know Zord is incredibly smart at Balatro. I know you are incredibly smart at Balatro, along with everybody else who was in there. So we were like darting our eyes left and right between the pop and point of view during the finals of just like, and I mean, I'm not going to talk about the intimate details here. I'm sure I'll tell you in your letter, Hawk. Another thing I did not forget. I haven't started to sketch that out, but I have plenty of things I could talk to you about. Pepper. Hi, Pepper. Oh, you're on the stage in that, over in this photo? So you're one of these pixels back here? Time to find out of you kiss a boy like I did this weekend. I kissed my husband this weekend. So you did round 3 and 4. You were thinking, let's just see how I go, playing normal, having fun. Still try and win. Not knowing how much everyone was scoring is the most... Yeah. Because, like, it's an hour. It's an hour where you have zero idea how good the competition is doing, which is, like, a fascinating, but also, I'm sure, very nerve-wracking if you're a part of it. Hi, Prince Stolas. Yeah, scoring E's to millions to billions, yeah. So overall, you had fun, Sadissa. You're mad positive at popping for the second seed and making you get last place in round 2. It's such, like, Balatro has so many, like, deep wells of knowledge that you can get lost in, either deck or joker, build, seed related. It's a game that essentially has infinite depth, which is part of the reason I think it's so popular. But I think being caught off guard, as you described, is something that's really hard to not have happen to you. So So you're curious to look back at the tournament. You have not touched the game. Not sure if it's a hard game to follow without having played it. I don't know if I can answer that question just because I know enough about the game to be able to follow along. Like they were playing all on white stake, aka the lowest level of difficulty. So it was more about like finding interesting strategies and playing quickly than it was like dealing with the difficulty of getting far. The difficulty was score. The difficulty was playing against other smart people. Aw, Hecker is looking forward to this. Hi, Joey. After a good 6 hours, the power was restored just in time for Kangi. I did see Hawk post those photos and your response of being out of power for quite a while. I'm happy to hear that you're doing well. I hope you're also safe, Hawk, after all the weather stuff. I was so excited about Balatro, I forgot about real life. Should I keep your chill and just have the best high-scoring hand using your tools available? The third deck being Zodiac, also not a big fan. Use Divi's tip before the round. Use as much Tarot and Planis as possible. End economy. You are so resourceful. Today seemed like a good gum chewing day. So you went to the little gum package, couldn't find it, spent 10 minutes searching the house, considered that might have been taken by a visitor that came earlier. Mystery. Was not in its usual spot on top of an after eights box in the fridge. Checked all over the area. You are flummoxed. I love that word, flummoxed. Eventually, you found it on top of a transparent empty container in the fridge. It was blending in. Camouflaged. Whoa. It's all about the tiniest details and the choices. That is very true. Like, it's very hard, I imagine, to have the mental stack to play it quickly. I guess any tournament is exhausting. I was joking around with Zord in Silverbass stream because I love Silverbass stream. And I'm like, oh, you know, Zord is so good at tournaments. They're going to do amazing and also get to the finals of the kissing tournament that we have planned at Anthrocon. And I'm just being a silly guy. And Basky is like, what? What? You're planning a kissing tournament and I didn't hear about it? So we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. Currently, I think it'll stay a silly fantasy, but we'll see if anybody plans anything. That's really cool. You remember Poppy saying it went really well? Yeah, even in terms of like raw viewership, like I was on my phone, so I didn't block any of the funny numbers. A lot of people love that format. Issa was telling me in VR chat the weekend before that apparently that's a format that people like to use for Balatro, and I understand. It seems very fun. You went to the VOD to see everyone playing different playstyles is so interesting. Besky's so good, true. You have time to prepare for competitive kissing. Oh, the thing is, you're gonna pre-game so hard with Jovi before the con even starts. Hope you're having a great time. You're skimming through my Steam games today. Saw a bunch of great games focused on the lore. Might even play some of them. I played so many cool games on this channel. And I've been streaming games for like 4 years very inefficiently. The focus is mostly on just chatting and talking and slowly pans over here. Whoops. Oh, I understand what happened. Slowly pans over here. I have all of this to go through later. I mean, I'm not in a rush. Like, we'll finish. The only time I've ever done like 2-day recaps is for Anthrocon. But that for me is like a 7-day trip. It's not like a weekend con like this was. Like, the basic structure of how my husband and I approach ANEX, which is Anthro Expo, the con I went to this weekend, is it's in Norman, Oklahoma. My husband and I live in Kansas City. That's about a 5 or 6 hour drive, depending on traffic and weather. So we just leave after work, or we try and take a half day. I took a half day at 1 p.m., and he took a half day at 1 p.m. Ooh, hiccup. And then we drove on down. So we make it there around 6 or 7 p.m., like their time, local time, central time for the con. There for the first night, there all of Saturday, and then leaving very early Sunday. So it's kind of like a day and a half style con, so it's a really nice weekend trip. It was your first time staffing for a con. I know I've seen you talk about how it was very busy, how, you know, it was, I don't want to say taxing because that is a negative connotation. It left you tired afterwards, which I think can be either a good or a bad thing. But how do you feel about staffing having done it? You can be used for training. Well, yeah, because you are in the gym. I sit in your paws, and then you lift me up and down. So I'm helping you train by being your weight. You're stuck in main events when I popped in. True. Oh my gosh, werewolf kisses. So, chat, I'm about to dive deep into here, but I would love to catch up just a little bit here. Is there anything that was really cool on the weekend you would love to share? I'd love to talk to y'all about what you got up to. I have plenty of things that I will talk about today. ANEX is a very fun con. It was about 1,000 people last year, 2024. The year prior, 2023, it was in a different location. Now it's at an Embassy Suites in Norman, Oklahoma. I think it's literally the perfect venue for the number of people they have and the event they're trying to throw. So for last year, for this year, I think it was an incredibly successful con in terms of what all cons should do, all the boxes they're trying to check. And I think for the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, something like that, I think it'll be incredibly cozy. Like a lot of cons, like Anthrocon, that I talked about, the kissing tournament will definitely be held at later this year, is very busy. Kind of like how MFF is very busy. Those are the top two. FWA, I think, is like the top 3 of furry cons. Very busy. It can be easy to get lost in the shuffle of I have to keep going, I have to keep pushing, I have to find these people, I cannot rest. I feel like ANEX is just, let's just fucking chill, bro. Let's just relax. Let's hang out in a room. Let's go walk to food that is in literally every direction of the hotel. And let's just have a nice, relaxing weekend. And I like that about it. You nearly broke down crying at the end of the con. It was that good. Woo! You see the nail photo? I know you see the nail photo. You need that sent to me? Let me just do it right now. I can forward it from Gunner. Gunner was the one who took it. So I can scroll up, I can select, I can forward to Victor. So there we go. Easy, already done. I told you all the good boy things I did. You did. Oh my gosh. So how long have you known this individual that you did all those fun things with, Foodski? Is this something y'all have daydreamed about a lot? Is this the first time this has happened between y'all? Is this something you plan to do again? Is this time number 6 or 7? Caliph was so cool this weekend. How do you know where, Lee? Who'd you talk to? What cameras did you install and where? It was nice to see ANEX grow. It's your home con, you're proud of it. So just because I got that Blue Sky post, I know what the current numbers are for this year. So I think it was barely over 1,000 in 2024, if my memory serves, like 1,100. And it was like, what, 1,400 something this year? So it is growing. I think it definitely deserves to grow. FC was like that a lot bigger, I'm sure. I've heard great things about Further Confusion. It was kind of rough. Oh, taxes followed by my dog getting sick. She's doing a lot better now, thankfully. I'm happy to hear that she's doing better. I got my W-2s. I should be a good boy and do taxes this weekend. I paused all my adult chores during the con. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Whoa, 2 times 9.
I love that it said times. I did not expect that. I was expecting asterisk. I was expecting star, not the actual times verbiage. That's nice. 2 times 9. Thank you so much, Fumble, for the 18 months. How was your weekend? What'd you get up to? Not complaining at all? I would never complain. You have the disadvantage of being French. Therefore, all my kisses are French kisses. I think this is a buff. I think it's a boon. I had like a number of things I could have done as a proper adult this past week. Like I could have done taxes early. I could have, my company has like a summit, like once a year, they invite all the work from homers like me to come in to person. That's like a late April, but I could have bought the flight for that. I didn't do that. So I'm pausing. Well, I'm getting back into it now that the con is over. Cons are great, but I don't want to be worrying about taxes and bullshit while I'm there hanging out with friends. Oh, your partner's a con chair right now? He cannot wait until February ends so he can pass things on to the next person. Hi, Nazi. My husband is a furry lawyer, and there's many furry lawyer like group chats, and there's a lot of overlap between furry lawyers and like con chairs and previous con chairs and staff and everything. And at one point, when my husband was like really eager, so excited, he was like, "Ooh, how could I help out at cons? How could I like be staff? How could I, be a big part of this giant machine?" And he had friends privately reach out and they're like, "If you do this, I'll kill you." That's what one friend said, but that was kind of the energy. And it's mostly just like, you want to go to cons and keep having fun. Don't turn it into a side gig. It's kind of like the actual feelings. Oh, you've known him for probably like 8-ish years? God, you've known him for twice as long as I've been streaming, which is crazy. I am, anytime anybody talks about like 5 or 10 year goals or anything, I think to myself, that's an unfathomable amount of time. My life changes a lot every year, let alone 5 or 10 or 8 or anything. So it's really hard to imagine how much I'll be different in that amount of time. But 8 years, chef kiss, so many kisses. Caleb is always so cool. Wow, wow, wow. So, because you're always cool. So weird to be so hot and so cool at the same time. What a perfect transition. Nice hop to my first little section. Thank you. Is my own transition on my stream that yes, I'm hot? It is. So anyway, because I've been a streamer for a little bit, I already said I've been doing it for 4 years, and I've been doing it in the last couple of annexes since like 2023. I have just all of my stuff right here from the previous 2 cons. I pulled just a little bit from them. So ANEX 2023. How is that for me? Look at this nerd right here. Oh, what does he have? He has a collection of a couple of fountain pens. He has a couple bottles of inks. He bought in 2023 at ANEX his first fountain pens, budget experiences to try and get in, see how I like them. I have spent a redacted amount of money on fountain pens and on ink since this moment, since ANEX 2023. But it's very in large thanks to this random dealer who I walked up to and just started talking to, and they said, "How do you feel about fountain pens?" And I said, "Well, I like to journal." And they said, "Okay." I was a perfect mark for them to sell to. So yeah, it's weird to think it's been about 2 years approximately since I've gotten into fountain pens because they're such a daily part of my life nowadays. This is one of my favorite parts about 2023. This is a real video. I assume it's still up. 4K Anthro Expo Dealer's Den and Artist Alley Annex 2023. I'm in this video walking around with my friend Landrin. You can tell it's me because I have an Eda bag here and I'm just standing around like a big old nerd. This is a Kengi shirt that we'll see in a second. I have my mask on. I have my lanyard, all my badges. This video got circulated by people who went to ANEX, and I got recognized from it twice. I got people entering my DMs being like, "Bro, is that you just standing around talking in like this dealer's den tour?" So that happened, and that was one of my favorite memories from 2 years ago, 2023. And here, this is why I transition over. This is one of the best selfies I think I've ever posted to social media. Here's my fit today. If you see me, come say hi, Tilda. I love this stupid photo. I have, oh my God, I have this friend in my lap right now. They were so much brighter. They've gone through so much hugs and love and cuddles in the past 2 years. They are not nearly in that good of shape. But stuffed animals, I think, are expected to delightfully degrade over time. And it just shows how much you care about them. But they look so bright and new here. I actually drew this shirt. It's mostly covered. This is for my Kangi Cabin 2022. I was the artist for that. Still the only shirt that I've ever drawn and got printed. I used to wear this gigantic badge everywhere I went. I've slimmed down since then. I have tinier ones. But those are my favorite memories from 2023. Ventira. Hi, Ventira. Whoa, it's been 10 years since you've known that, lad. Do you feel like you got 10 years worth of kisses and cuddles, or do you obviously need a second go? Ooh, you did lots of VR? I love lots of VR. It felt so weird to be in the flesh space, to not be a virtual animal. I was instead of a real animal. It felt strange. Can't even plan like a year in advance. I don't know if I plan more than like a month or two in advance, not counting like furry cons. Like, do I have large goals right now for like future me? Yeah, but I don't have any big plans aside from just be a big work nerd. You can't imagine anything more intimidating than a furry lawyer convention. So many of the furry lawyers I know, which I know a lot just because my husband's been a lawyer for like 12 years or whatever. And they're all big nerds. They're all silly little guys. But if you get them started on the nuances of law, they would love to talk about that. I bought a fountain pen, Kel 2023. I did. It was my first time. I remember when getting into them. It was really fun. Like, going back with all the context and experience I have now, I cannot use a pen of this caliber, like an entry-level $20 pen. I cannot do it. I'm spoiled with my delightful pens I have now. I like to journal. We're about to like it more. I do like it more. Oh, chat, small win. My work journal that I use actually very frequently, I just hit yesterday. Page 69. I have 69 pages of daily notes, of problem solving, of what the fuck was that? Ooh, grumble, working through my feelings based on work meetings. So that was a big goal that happened this week. We hear your voice. I am a loud guy. At Anthrocon, I got recognized, Anthrocon 2024, I got recognized by my voice 5 separate times, and we'll see how many times that happens this year. You're late to the recap? Don't worry, I'm only talking about old stuff so far to set the stage. Hi, Dio. Chat, do you know that Dio drew themselves as a synth and they're so hot? But did you put a tilde in your badge? I do like this idea. Hi, Cadenza. The plushies change because they are loved. This is true. Such a cute shirt. I've stopped wearing these shirts because wear and tear, they started to chip a little bit. And I just have them in a special spot in my room I have 2 of these shirts. Everybody who went to the cabin and paid for them and got 2. So it's just there. It's a little memorabilia thing. You remember that? It's been a long time. I know. So you hug, you snug, you smooch very often. Sometimes you plan a hangout weekend to do smooch-related activities. Foodski, you live such a cool life. The year I lost my fountain pen virginity. Yeah, I know, it's spilled everywhere. If someone's really into something, you usually love to hear them talk about it. Same. Hi, Kadama. The Dior's so good, true. Califlecking sin, so unexpected, gosh. So it'll be public next week when it's the synth going open species anniversary. Interesting, I didn't know about that. So put a tilde on your badge. You can only refer to it as my badge. So how was ANEX 2024? So Deegan went. This is a photo they posted on their social media. Chat, does this make you feel anything? I had a friend, not exaggerating, like 2 weeks ago or so, they're like, Kelif, I know you have a photo you showed in your stream once of a green dragon lifting their shirt. Do you know where that photo is? And I'm like, I know exactly where that is. So it was on my ANEX 2024 recap. I open up my PRF, I copy this, I paste it into the DMs, put sunglasses on, a job well done. Deegan went last year. I don't know if they went this year. I didn't see them if they happened to go, but they were very fun to chat to last year. They're a very tall suitor. They're bare minimum taller than me, and plus the ears and the fursuit, plus what I just remember. I think they're around 6'4", 6'5". So 6'4", 6'5", plus the power of the fursuit. Gigantic delight right there. Whatever they got up to this weekend, I hope they had a lovely time. But I saw them a lot in 2024. So this was the first year at the new hotel, the Embassy Suites, which I really love. I really enjoy. This is when Howl and Folan went, and this little nerd guy right here. And I spent a lot of time with these 3 people at the con. I think my favorite thing that happened at ANEX 2024 was I got this commission right here. This is hanging on my door. I'm pointing at it as if you can see. This artist, Ataka Alive _ I gave them like barely any notes. I'm like, here's my persona pictures. I want them to sip tea and I want them to be cozy. And then I left. And it felt like an hour and a half later, they texted me. They're like, hey, it's done. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean it's finished? I just told you about this. And you can't appreciate it here. Maybe barely you can. They use like some sort of metallic watercolor or just like a pen or something. So the glasses actually shimmer IRL when you hold the piece, but I've never been drawn in a sweater before. I've never had like neck fluff before, and both are like so delightful. So Taka got like my vibe immediately. And this is the year that I spent a lot of time with my friend Landrin, who is very technically visible right here. This was their first furry con in 2023. And I didn't see them this year, 2025. I guess they were busy. I haven't actually talked to them about it. But I was just walking around the dealers then with them. I was like talking with everybody. I was just chatting them up, having a great time. And that was fun. That was a great memory too. So like Deegan, Landrin were probably my two like bright spots in my memory from these years. He looks so grumpy. I know. I love like this style of fursuit head where they're just like, but you know they're a big softie. You only saw me once that year? Yeah, and you were just like setting up or doing something in the lobby, and I'm like, that's Victor. Oh my gosh, Gyoju. Hi, Gyoju. How small did you feel this weekend? Would you like to feel a little bit smaller right now? What if I got really close and stole just a little bit of your size, made you even tinier with a nice little rar? Very cozy, yeah. You approve of the neck fluff? I love fluff. I love soft. I love that I remember you showing these. Yeah, it is fun. Like I'm very happy that so many people like can have memories with me along with my past con stuff. Like I want to be as organized as possible about my current memories and my future memories. And I think stuff like this is really fun. Oh, one thing I forgot here. I don't really keep up on group chats. I'm not really that style of guy, honestly. I lurk a lot, but I don't chat a lot. And this happened in 2024. Caliph spotted at ANEX in a chat that I never really talked to. But I was like loaded up Telegram in the lobby and I scrolled down and I'm like, Lamau, somebody saw me and is talking about me. So I just posted a bring. That's one of my favorite little stickers to spam when I don't know what to say. Yeah, like what? Where? And it's so interesting to me that I live a life like this, that people will talk about me in the abstract of just like, ooh, the Caliph. Ooh, that guy is around. Even if I have a redacted number of followers and occasional viewers on Twitch, like, it doesn't feel like that. Like, I still feel like a very normal dude. So work's been very stressful lately, says Kadama. Because of too much, you're not confident in your own communication skills. Outside of that, you've been playing Celeste. Oh, with Rick, watching. Visited Popton and Bells this weekend. Got labs done in prep for HRT. There's still a lot of positive there. I'm sorry that work is stressful. I know a number of other people who either work in government directly or contract with government. And, you know, because the change of administration, there's a lot of stress going around. I had a friend like DM me yesterday and they're like, ooh, Kelif, I'm sorry if I vented a little bit. I'm like, I'm a safe space. I know the government woes. I see the email chains. I hear the water cooler talk. So I think it's even more important right now for me to embrace being a little silly guy. Hi, Ox, hello. Rah, rah, rah.
Greeting Caliph. It was good to see you.
It was nice seeing you. I'm sorry that I didn't have like more time to chat. You caught me when I was getting drinks and I was a giggly guy and I thought that was fun. I'm glad you came and said hi. And I caught you when you were doing like a lot of fursuit photo stuff. So I'm like, I don't want to interrupt. They are on like an adventure. Chad, did you know that Ox took this photo right here? Ba-ba! Look, they got a photo of my husband being so silly right here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy that I'm married to. Ox took this delightful photo right here. Golden jokingly mentioned like a rat running around, like more than 3 and a 4. Right out of frame, probably to the left, maybe to the right, there is another rat that my husband was in the fursuit parade for. So that was fun. What a nice guy. Look at these thighs. I actually used these thighs as a pillow when I was tired when he was in the room. Mottos, hi. That's a nice sip, this Cyrus sip. That head is seductive. I think dragons just in general are very seductive. It's part of the reason I can't say no. So you feel small. Bug dangled you from a leash and teased you. I love that for you. Imagine remembering Caliph at AC. Hi, Mobus. Mobus, how are you? How are you doing? How have you been? Tell me all about you. You barely have any photos this year. I never really take photos of fursuits. I don't think I took literally one photo of fursuits this year. I took photos of like memories. I didn't take any photos of the parade. In my mind, I'm like, so many other people with better quality cameras, better angles, better positions, whatever, will take a lot of cool photos. And I'm just going to take things that are like my unique perspective. That's usually how I take con trips. Wow. Also, Gally. Hi, Gally. Chat, did you know? You probably didn't, but did you know that Gally recently got a Quest 3, that they are VR compatible and are gonna pet their virtual fish face?
Caliph squish, caliph squish, caliph squish, caliph squish, caliph squish, caliph squish, caliph gripper, caliph gripper squeeze.
Squeeze. I love the squeeze. Do we have grippers in this photo? We don't. The grippers are censored. It's a BYOG, bring your own grippers. So close your eyes, chat. Imagine the steppies that we could be getting from Deegan right here. But either way, hi, Tater. Tater, thank you so much for 35 months. Tater, I've been so busy recently because my job's been exploding because of the executive order stuff. And like, I just went to a con this weekend. But now that my life is like settling for a few weeks, I gotta watch the fucking documentary that your delightful otter is a part of now that my life has calmed down. So you love making that a bid. Basically, anytime a friend of yours puts themselves on the online, like, oh wait, I know you from the podcast. You're the Paris. Hi, Paris. I'm doing so good. I'm doing so nice. I'm in a great mindset. Was there an infestation positive? Rats always get everywhere. You can't stop it. That's a lovely glance. Hi, Necky. Hi, Cell. I'm opening a can of worms there, kangaroo. But what are you gonna do? Fish with me?
Caliph melt.
Caliph Melt. Thanks so much for the 23. Cell, how was your weekend? Was it like Fumbles, just incredibly full of VR? I love this shark emote. Oh, this is the spout. I like sharks. Sharks are great. Am I government adjacent? Yes. So I work at a contracting company, and I contract with another company that's contracting with the government. It's like a chain of things. I'm a subcontractor. So I interface with clients who work directly at the government, and you can feel the sad vibes in the air. Wasn't the nail photo Saturday morning at the end of breakfast? It is, but I wanted to put it next to the nail painting shot. So very VR full. That's gonna be me this weekend. Okay. So chat, that was all just years past. That was all just like old stuff. So how is my actual ANEX? Whoa, it's Friday. So I have these all in theme sections. So we drove, like I mentioned briefly earlier, but my husband and I took like a half day. We both finished up work and we left around like 1 p.m. This is great timing, being a 5 or 6 hour drive based on weather or traffic or just vibes or whatever. Like we are able to get still like an entire night. Like we can still get like a 6 to midnight or something minimum. What is that? That's still 6 hours of cool socializing adventures. Would we be tired after doing a 6 hour drive? Yes, we're not going to be at full energy, but we can still hang out on the first day of the con. So not surprising anybody, I talked my husband's ear off for like an hour and a half about work stories. I have a problem, quote unquote. I get really into the problem solving aspect of my job. And my boss, he asked me a question. He was like, Caliph, can you think about unsolvable problem here? And I'm like, no, not really, because it's too big and it's too unsolvable. But if I broke it down into like a lot of smaller problems, make the minimum viable product the easiest version of the problem, and then add complexity and expand over time, maybe I could solve unsolvable problem. And I'm talking about that with my husband for a while. He was like my soft rubber duck that I just threw ideas off to bounce off of. And literally, not exaggerating, occasionally during the drive, I'm like, husband, I have to write this down so I don't forget about it. And I'm like, and of course, like I'm writing with a fountain pen in a journal while we're doing 80 on a highway. So my handwriting's like shaky and everything, but I got the basic idea down. So that was a lot, was just me talking at him about my stuff, because we work in very different fields. Like he's not gonna understand all my techno babble. I'm not gonna understand all of his law babble, which is part of the charm and part of the fun. But we're gonna have an ad start the first one of the stream in about 10 seconds. I won't read any non-sub messages until after the ad is over, and also pause my stories for now. So we're gonna let this go now. What, your Vibe trackers came in? Mobus, I love this for you. Mobus, the ad interrupted my response for you. Land of the Lustrous is so good. I did not finish it on the drive, but I will talk about my feelings about it. Have you ever seen the anime? My brain really wanted to say manga. Have you ever seen the anime, Mana? Because I was talking to it about Rego, and they were shocked that I knew what Land of the Lustrous was. But I've never seen the production. Apparently, the soundtrack is really banging, which is what they were saying. Kingo, hi, Scott. Scott, it's probably not there yet, but I did send your letter out on this past Friday. So crossing my fingers it gets to you this week. That was my hope. That was my plan. So petition for a giant rubber duck suit with a sign that says, tell me all your problems for a con. That is A, hilarious, but B, you'll probably get trauma dumpers. So that's one of the Amazon jail shows. Yeah. So you've been looking for it? I never signed up for tracking on the letters like this, which maybe that's a mistake. Maybe I should. I just put them into the mailbox with all of the postage and I send it off. So I have no idea when it arrives. I just wait for people to tell me. You saw the anime. It looks very good for a 3D anime in 2017. You think it's worth the watch? I mean, the most interesting factoid to me is that Land of the Lustrous was made by the Beastars people before they made it really big. Like, Beastars was a hit mostly because it's horny as fuck, but also, like, the art style is very interesting. And I know they experimented a lot with that vibe in Land of the Lustrous because it was the same studio. Okay, the ads are over, so I can scroll back up. And I can catch up on all the non-sub messages. So you got those Vibe trackers in Mobus. So I'm just assuming you are going to step over a bunch of people and you have a line of people waiting to be stepped on. So you're just in time for the 5 to 6 hour drive. This is the best part of any Midwestern story. Yeah, chat, in general, how do you personally, how do you plus partner, how do you alone, no matter what, pass the time in a long road trip? I'll talk about what I did in just a second, but talking to my husband obsessively about things that are on my mind is one of them. So you almost typed out, hey, did enjoy the con, but you're already spending the whole stream answering that. True. Hi, RFG. I hope you're doing well. I'll sip tea just for you. Did I didn't, oh, RFG, you saved the day. I did not turn my mug warmer on. Oh my God. It's okay, my tea is room temperature, but not cold. So we caught it just in time. Thank you, RFG. Well, this guy makes memory foam seats look great. He's having the time of his life. Necky, necky, decky. Gonna pop up for now. See you later. You'll 100% look back on this. You're excited to see things went. I'm glad. So a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 ad, feed it to you. I lurked in a normie streamer stream of that earlier today just because anytime a new game comes out, I'm curious about, like, the vibes of it. US's Kangi boy kissing and tell. I'm not going to tell anything. Hi, Sancho. Yeah, from Orange. Land of the Lustrous is something you've been meaning to watch for a while now. So you have 8 Vibe trackers, but you forgot the... The thing is, Mobus, literally, Mathematics, who was here earlier, they did the same thing. You know who else did the same thing? Me, when I first purchased full body tracking. It's like, I feel like there needs to be a gigantic fucking sticker of just like, you need to buy the straps, dumbass, on the tracker website, because so many people do it, including myself. How do you spend time on road trips? These days, it's definitely Discord calls. You know what? I feel like that answer is becoming more and more popular because I asked Embellis the same thing and they said the same thing. Gregory. So you pass the time on long road trips by listening to your favorite music. I didn't do any drive on the drive. I didn't do any drive-in on the drive out. I did the drive-in or the drive home to try and balance it a little bit with my husband. And I basically just sang along very loudly to music, and he accepted it. Sure. Don't telling intentionally. You just make the straps true. Yeah, I'm not a very handy guy. I do my funny adult job, and that makes me pay for everything. So I just bought straps. So based on your recent road trips, stare at sceneries and vibe to the music. Necky, necky, necky. Necky, I hope you had a delightful weekend. You saw that Poppin dragged you into a giant dog bed to cuddle. Good. So how do you... Oh, hey, how do you know anyone who tinkers the models? You're feeling the custom model FOMO right now. You've gone so hard on VR. Textures, not models. Yes. So Sour Dusk, they're the first person that comes to mind. I can get you their Discord contact unless they happen to show up during the stream while you're here. They do, yeah. See, Decky said the same thing. Dusky has made like a lot of my friends' models. If it's just like, hey, I want to retexture this base, if they already own the base, it's really easy. They've done a lot of retextures. And if they don't own the base, it's like, okay, well, I have to get that, and then I can help you out. But yeah, there's a number of people I know, not just Dusky, but what base are you thinking of? Which is out of curiosity. On more than one occasion for longer car trips, you just let the entire DBZA, the abridged series, play on your phone. Lamau. Duskies did yours too from the ground up. The thing is, I know that's not true because you're not in the ground. You're in the water because you're a fish. High glow. The other one is Zord. Zord is so cool. Oh, you're looking at X Tosca? I don't have any funny puppy photos here, but I could open up an old recap and find one very easily. I wear a lot of Tosca models. I like their vibes. Yeah, Dusky did a great job on Hawk's model. Anyway, so yeah, I read Land of the Lustrous, which I haven't gone on a con trip in general in a long time since Anthrocon of 2024. So I thought to myself, ooh, like, what do I do? Like, I charged my iPad because I barely use it at home, and I opened it up and I'm like, oh yeah, I read a little bit of Land of the Lustrous after I finished another manga on my trip from AC back home on the airplane. I could just restart it and go through it. It is a very interesting manga, which I'm assuming is also a very interesting anime for the same reasons. It has like a very fantastic art style for certain things. Like it has the sort of anime issue of all the girls have the same exact body and you just replace the head and hair differently and magically their new character. But aside from that, like very common anime criticism, it has a fantastic paneling. Like very similar to the ideas of Steven Universe. Like these girls are gems, but they break apart, and kind of like the door from Monsters Inc. If you find all the little bits and pieces of them, they can be put back together. This is the main character being put back together. They fall apart all the fucking time. That's part of the vibes. And it's just like gorgeous paneling, fantastic visual storytelling. We got like angelic, horrible creatures from the moon. This is like very early on in the manga. It's not even a spoiler. But like, it's a type of manga, it's the type of experience, the type of story that's very, you fly by the seat of your pants. It's more about the emotional train ride than trying to understand all the details along the way. You're there for the pretty art, you're there for the pretty ideas, and you're there for the emotions it gives you, which I personally like story delivery vehicles like that. I play games like that. Like I would say Eastward is very similar. You are there to be taken on the emotional journey, not to answer every question, which I know not everybody likes to experience stories like that, but if you do, then it's a fun read. Is Dusky Sour Dusk? Yes. The Plane Dragons, did I see any? Not at the con, no. Hi, Kieran. Hi. The manga's almost body horror. You know what? You're right. I didn't even think about that because that sort of stuff doesn't bother me. But you're pretty much very right. Yeah, I agree. Actually, you're 100% right. You'd love to be put back together, but that implies there's something wrong, and there's nothing wrong with you. Hi, Faye. Hello. Chat. Faye sent me a DM, and it was a very sweet DM. Hi. Oh, yeah, I mentioned this out loud, but I did spend time organizing my work obsidian vault, Lamau, which I have a photo of somewhere around here. It's very abstract. There's no work secrets. But anyway, we made it to the convention after 5 or 6 hours of driving, somewhere around there. We arrived somewhere between 6 to 7 p.m. Central Time. We have to take like 2 trips. My husband is a big fursuiter, so he always takes at least minimum 2 fursuits every time we go to a con. This is no different. I took 0 fursuits because I don't really care about fursuiting, but he took 2 of his own suits, and we had to take multiple trips. And while we were waiting in the line, we didn't even have to go and find them. They found us. It was boom. First contact with old Drago. I think it was Golden. It was somebody very funny on Twitch who said, no one's ever seen Rago before. ANEX is the first time anyone's gonna see Rago. So yeah, there's old Drago's Twitch channel, and then Gunner the Rat. They actually purchased this here at ANEX. It was a Scrimblow badge, quote unquote. Very cute. Gunner is super adorable. I absolutely love them. They always have either an ABBA shirt or an ABBA jacket on, and they wear their bell-bottom jeans, and they have the mullet cut that they've tried to convince me to get before, but I don't think it's going to happen. But either way, these 2 rats, Rat 1, Rat 2, just come on up and find us. There they are. Look at that little Scrimblow. These 2 rats find us in the elevator line. They come up to the room. We put stuff away. We go back to the car, get the rest of the stuff. Classic con stuff, classic hotel things. Then we give big hugs to everybody. And we think, well, what's the best thing to do at a con? Oh, we should probably go drinking. So I mentioned previously, like, this is a really cool hotel that this is at. It's at an Embassy Suites, but what does that really mean if you've never been to one? It means that every room is a suite. Every room is, quote unquote, an above average size compared to a traditional con. They all have really nice amenities. It could be as simple as there's good pressure in every shower. There's hot water immediately available in both the sink and shower form, and they want you to have a good time at this con. And I will underline that statement by saying it again. They want you to have a good time at this con. How do they do that? One way that they do that is give every room a drink coupon. So it's not every person, it's every room, and I think it's dependent on the number of people staying. But every single night that the convention is on, a singular person in a room can have a couple of drinks. We got 2 different drink coupons, my husband and I, and each of us every night could get 2 drinks for free. They had a ocean breeze, as they called this. I don't know if this is a traditional cocktail that lots of places do, or if it's just like the theme for the weekend or whatever. But either way, it was like, what was it? It was like vodka, blue curacao, pineapple juice, and like something else thrown in there, and a cherry. And it was just included in the price of the hotel room. It was a cheap hotel room, 2 drinks, easy peasy, lemon, like it's more pineapple squeezy here. That sounds so sick. It's a great con. They want you to have fun. Can we be sure that Rago exists? I mean, they are thin enough. I wondered if they were real as I was holding them. Rare Rago sightings. So true. Hi, Punk. Hi. Oh, I love Nicorita. 2 free drink. Thank you, Matos. Thank you, Deckies. Thank you for the tag team right there. Rago real. Gunner has a lovely vibe, I know. Punk, I will never forget that Anthrocon vibe of, so at Anthrocon Chat 2024, I had never met Punk Bunny IRL, and I'm like, oh, okay, they might be coming to this con. I feel like I heard rumblings of that. I was hanging out with Gunner the Rat, and I'm pretty sure Scott Rahul was there too. And Gunner tells Punk, I'm just hanging out with some dude in red. I was some dude in red. So Punk had no idea that I was just there, and they were just looking for Gunner, and they found Gunner, and they're like, what? Wait, what? Caliph too? I love that. I love that bit that they pulled. Oh, you want to make a con badge with leather? That sounds fun. The fire alarm? You have stories? I know you gave me context for that. I didn't know about that before you. So Gunner's in your backyard. You've not seen him since the last foie. I love foie. Oh, it was foie actually that I was talking about. Yeah, not Anthrocon. Oh, exclamation point chat? Oh, sorry, was it the alerts one? I forget what the alerts command is. I have to look it up. It was a good drink? It was a good drink. I liked it. I could eat so many of those cherry socks. I did mean foie. Yeah, see, I forgot. I forgot which one. It was such a surprise to meet you. You're like the first friend I met. Oh my gosh. Alerts off. Thank you. You were so smart, Deckies. I would have had to look it up. Yeah, no more alerts, no more follows, no more subs. We're just chilling now. So while we were all getting to know each other in an IRL sense, my husband was here too, but I don't have a photo of him. You can just imagine him. Close your eyes and think of the coolest rat you've ever seen, and then put them against each other. The Rhaego, the Gunner, and then my husband. So 3 rats constantly surrounded me this whole con. So while we were talking and I was sort of just telling about my experience of 2024 and 2023 and how I really like this hotel, the fire alarm keeps going off. And like, you know how if you ever take like a metro or a bus line and you hear like the really garbled voice of and you're supposed to get really important information from it, but you can't understand a single fucking word they say. After the first fire alarm, they're like, attention. And I couldn't understand what was happening, as it looks like Victor is talking about. So apparently they had been informed, the hotel, that, oh, hey, we're going to be doing a fog machine in this particular room. Maybe we should turn off the fire alarms just for that room, just for that night, so it doesn't go off. This never happened. So the fog machine, multiple times in a row, just kept setting off the fire alarm because it kept absorbing all of that fog directly into its danger sensors. So they figured it out. They solved it. But for a small period, multiple alarms in a row, it was a magical moment. Yeah, for the drag show. The show was too hot to handle, yeah. Is there a good news update for the husband's telegram? I'm sad to say there is no update, period, for my husband's telegram. A con aside, it's been an unfortunate recurring event in our lives, specifically my husband's life, that his telegram just got banned out of nowhere past Tuesday. Every single day since then, I have sent an email to recover@telegram.org. This is, as far as I know, the only public avenue that you can really ask for help for anything. Even during the con, I sat down on my phone and I typed out a unique message and I sent it. So the Friday I was there, the Saturday I was there, I sent an email still. Today, I sent another email. This marks the week in a row that I've sent off emails to this email address. And I said, this is the 7th day, and I've asked for help every single day, and it's still a problem, and I've only gotten silence. I guess the only thing I can do is turn to social media after this. So if they don't respond to that message tomorrow, I'm going to go to my Twitter account, which I haven't used in over a year at this point, and I'm just going to @ them. I'm going to post redacted images of all of the emails that I sent that removes me and my husband's personal info. And I'm going to say, I have sent an email every day for 7 days and have gotten only silence. Please tell me, what am I supposed to do? And we'll see if that goes anywhere. I don't know. But that is those are the only ideas I have, is to talk to the only public avenue that they have. And if that doesn't work, I'm just going to be a piece of shit on social media. Wrangles my ears. You got to wrangle my ears in VR chat, Mobus. We hate this, yeah. So you called it that? It was the fog machine when you're in your room? You knew. You knew. This is why you're staffed, because of your 6th sense abilities. I'm going to sip my tea and my water. And if the social media tactic doesn't work for my husband's telegram, crowdsourcing is my only other idea. And this would only work for people who have my husband's IRL phone number, so a small set of people. But like local furries here in Kansas City who know my husband well, I might try and recruit them to also just barrage this inbox with emails until somebody gets an answer. I don't really know. Anyway. So where are we at? Oh yeah, so I brought all of my pens. I have this nice little pen case. It's like faux leather and it has like three little slots in there. And of course, everywhere that I go at a con, I actually don't have a good photo of it here, but back here, I have my Eda bag over my shoulder. It has my nice pins. It's an Eda bag because it has the clear plastic layer to prevent like any of your pins falling out. And I also just really love having a shoulder bag wherever I go. And I like being that guy, quote unquote, the con mom, the overprepared dude, the organized guy, whatever you want to phrase it. At one point, while we were here having our free drinks, which, by the way, neither of them had eaten literally all day, but they wanted to get the drinks before they were out because it stopped at 7 p.m. It's like, okay, everybody have your alcohol on empty stomachs, and then I'm forcing you to get dinner. But anyway, during this convo, I have my shoulder bag, I have my pens, we're like sitting around, we're using them, we're talking about them. And Rego has an offhanded comment of, oh yeah, I would do that, but my phone's almost dead. And I'm like, and I pull out like a full battery and I pull out a bundle of cables wrapped in a circle with a little like Velcro tie. And I say, I have a fully charged battery in every single cable. You probably need USB-C, right? And I'm like, burr, 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 burr. And like I pull it out and I'm just like, here you go. And they give me like an astonished look, but also I love being that guy. I've done, I don't know, like 20 cons or something at this point. And every single con I go to, I'm around at least one person whose phone is dying and they really want to use it. So I like being that con mom person. Reckless rat behavior. I feel like that's just rat behavior in general. 85% sure I can out con mom Kelif. I mean, you have more experience than I do, so you probably could. Ooh, con dad. I could be a con dad. So we went and we got tacos. Rego is vegetarian, so I did research on my phone of like, where is anywhere around here that I know 100% sure would have some vegetarian options? So I'm like, oh, okay, like there's a Torchy's around here. I know they do vegetarian tacos, and I researched what time they were open until, and then I let everybody keep drinking on empty stomachs because I knew where I was going to be taking them. And one of the best things about ANEX, not just the free drink coupons, not just the free included breakfast for every day that you're there, which we'll get to on the Saturday, every single direction you walk, this is not an exaggeration, every direction you walk from the hotel has guaranteed food. For people who have done bigger cons, especially stuff like MFF, this is a gold mine. Like, there's this place that I didn't go to on Friday, I went to on Saturday called Mo Betta's. It's Hawaiian food. It's fucking delicious. They give you so much food that you could only ever really eat if you had just done a 4-hour shooting session, like my husband did. It's like delicious stuff like that. There's pizza around really close. There's tacos really close. There's big chains like Chili's really close. There's burger places really close. It's amazing. Beautiful spot for a con. I'm still happy with it. You want to have a first aid kit for suits and clothing? That's a great idea. Hi, husband. Hello. So the thing is, Cell, you're joking. It's literally that. Because, like, Gunner over here, poor Gunner, had never heard the poisoned ham story that Rego loves to tell. And I jokingly said in the same thing, I'm like, oh, Rego, was it the ham that made you vegetarian? And they were like, erm. So, yes, it was a large part as to why. Hi, Rego, hi. Whoa, Chiro, hello. I don't know why there's no sound there. Oh, because we turned off alerts. That's why. Yeah, I turned off alerts while I'm doing this, but that still means the thing plays. Anyway, Chiro. Hi, Chiro. So nice to see you. I was scrolling Twitch earlier today. I didn't actually stop by many channels, but I was doing that just like lackadaisical, almost doom scroll style of thing. And I saw that you were being drawn. Who was it by? Like Sky Blue Arts? You were getting a cute headshot from some delightful artist somewhere. You were so rat-pilled this con. They're just attracted to me. I don't know why. Does every rat have a professor fetish? Is that what happens? So what do people eat at cons? Is it all delivery and short walks, or do people go out? It depends on the con. Like, FWA is a great food con because it has a food court attached to the hotel. Like, you don't even have to go outside. You just go through like a tunnel and you're there. And, for every single lunch, it's like, why the fuck not do the food court? It's right there. And then for dinner, you usually go into the city. But a lot of people at cons do carry out, drive in, whatever. They like order food at the hotel, and then it goes to there's like a shelf. There's like a shelf that all the delivery drivers put stuff, and then people come and get their things. But like stuff like MFF is really hard. Some people just suck it up and suffer and get the incredibly expensive hotel food, or they have to walk to the nearby mall. But MFF is the worst example because it's essentially a food desert. So you have to pay a lot of money to get very little. No alerts, no problem. Hi, Flygon. It's the wompless wiggly tail. I do love to move. That does attract all the rats, yeah. Their badge is super cute. Yeah, Rego, who drew this, by the way? I never asked you. Are you going to Zag's party and get a massive slice of deep dish? Ah, oh, true. If only every con had a Zag. A coast upon Rosemont. True. So we went over to Torchy's. It was like catty corner away from the hotel. So just one way, we're already there. We talked about glass chewing. Sorry, asterisks. We talk about chewing ice and how, chat, do you ever just want to eat something that you know would fucking literally kill you, but it looks very delicious, like lava or broken glass? I don't think we have a good edible analog for lava, but we have a great edible analog for chewing glass, which is just chewing ice. And Torchy's is thankfully one of those places that has really nice chewable ice. It's not too hard. It's not too soft. It breaks apart and it still has like a little bit of that watery goodness inside. If I had to rate the ice and only the ice of Torchy's, I'd give it an S. Get delivery or mooch off someone else that got delivery? True. Oh, your teeth don't let you anymore. So my mom was a dentist for like 20 plus years growing up. And she told me, Caliph, you should never chew ice. And then I married my husband, who is probably one of the top 10 ice chewers in all of US. Is chewing ice? Yeah, huh? You love the cat crunching videos. It makes you think about eating dice. Ooh, another thing that I wish had a really good edible analog is eating dice. So Gunnar had a number of phrases that may or may not enter my lexicon. One of which they took from Sink Otter, that just food goes crazy when you're hungry. We probably did like 15 to 20 different iterations of this phrase while we were just walking around. Ooh, Caliph's memory goes crazy when you're forgetful. Ooh, chewing ice goes crazy when you're thinking about glass. Like, that was just a phrase that Gunnar just wormed into all of our heads. And by all of our heads, I mean specifically me and Rego. And Chad, if you don't know, Gunnar the Rat to me is one of the funniest people on the platform. Do you know what they did for Halloween 2024? They spent an entire month impersonating streamers they know, pretending to be them, trying to get their vibe correct, trying to get their verbiage correct, trying to match like their stream layouts and their redeems. I don't have any perfect clips right here, right now, but they impersonated me. Impersonated, that sounds like a negative context. They delightfully pretended to be me. They played a sad indie game. They played Papers, Please, which I've actually never played, which makes me laugh a lot. But they played Papers, Please. They drew like a 2D VTuber, and my talking animation was me going like, it was doing this. It was doing like the stim hands. It was very cute. Gunner's over-the-top research for their bits hits so hard. It goes crazy when you don't know how to be funny on Twitch. Oh, Luna the cat. You're a top 1% ice chewer. Gotta grind those fast-growing teeth down or risk becoming a rat. Yeah. You can only handle greens and ice from how flat your teeth are. That's how dedicated you are. It's very Gunner, yeah. You can order edible D&D dice. So, like, what's the texture profile? Because when I think real-life edible dice, I probably think of, like, a Gusher, and I would want, like, a Crunch. If it's like a hard shell, like an M&M style thing, I could see it working. Caliph goes crazy when you want to just chat and... So you don't remember the exact name, but Carl made a Japanese candy a few weeks back that looks like gemstones. That sounds delightful. They got me too, actually calling me the fuck out for your smash zooms. Yeah. Depends once I roll. Oh, it is a hard candy. I'm so happy to hear it's a hard candy. Chad, did you know? I want a softer song while I talk about this. I don't want to listen to that. That's a very aggressive song. This is a soft song. So, ANEX. I talked a bit about my past stuff with it. I talked about 2023 and 2024. There's something I didn't talk about during the 2024. Some of you might remember this. Did you know 1 year ago from this Friday, what did I do on the car ride? I didn't talk about work story. I didn't talk about manga. I mostly talked about one important thing. It was during the drive in ANEX 2024 that I told my husband, hey, you know this guy that I told you I have a friend crush on? And he's like, oh yeah, is that still going? And I'm like, yeah, it's still going. And it's intensified. I don't think I can say that he is a friend crush. I think I have to say the utter truth, which is he is a full-on, my heart is beating crush. And then we talked about it. That was kind of like my ANEX 2024 of during the drive, I talked to my husband about these feelings that I was scared about talking about. And then I daydreamed after like I got the okay that it's fine to have these feelings. Like, ooh, how do I tell my crush that they are in fact a full-on crush? Imagine having a crush. Oh, deckies. Ooh, you should tell me all about it sometime. But it felt really cool for me that like it's been over a year where I've been publicly out, not only with my husband, but also with stream, and I guess just to myself as well, that I have cool, fun feelings for this guy who I like. And I don't know, it just makes me smile. It makes me smile that it's lasted, quote unquote, that it's not just a small burn, it's a slow burn, as they say. So I don't know. That just makes me smile. It makes me remember my year of love very fondly. Here's like all the tacos that I got, by the way. I ordered queso for the table because why the heck not? Here's the delightful chewable ice right there. If you ask me what I got here, I couldn't tell you. I like everything. I'm very easy to please. You throw a random collection of ingredients from the fridge onto a taco, I'll probably destroy it. And Gunner, who's sitting across from me, at some point near the end of the meal, they're like, I ordered 3 tacos. I don't think I can finish 3 tacos. Me, after having destroyed 3 tacos and having some chips and queso, I thought quietly to myself, it would go crazy to do a 4th taco. Oh, speaking of like gunnerisms, they are making me think about wanting to say the word bro more. This was really, if I had to give a single word quote to summarize the con, it would be bro or bro period. And I am trying very hard to not let it enter my lexicon. There was at one point when we were doing our Saturday drink coupons that we were just talking about all of us saying bro, and the question came up to my husband. Husband, how would you feel if Kelif became a bro person? And he blinked twice and he said, how expensive is divorce? So I think that really summarizes my husband's feelings on me becoming a bro guy. So I'm trying hard to not let it enter my lexicon right now. I'm so happy for you and the crush, and also Scuff. You're also happy for me. I am happy for how much I love my husband. Crushing slowly. That ice is so good. I know. You must have been so happy as an ice chewing rat because all rats ice chew. You had a free taco coupon? I did not hear about those. Hi, cryptographic. No. See? No. Have as many crushes as you want. I do not consent to you becoming bro pill. Can I be a taco so that Kelif destroys me? The thing is, we both know Gurg, so I could, in fact, gently fold you, and then I could also cover you in some delightful sauce and then slowly lick it off. I feel like I got lost in this metaphor. Gunner pill. So you haven't watched much of Gunner. You can only hear him calling calling Rhaego little pup. Yeah. Bro pill. Chat, there's going to be an ad starting in about 45 seconds. I'm going to cover every chat member in this Diablo sauce and lick it off them. But if you're in ad jail, you can't be covered. And also, I'm not going to talk about stories until the ad is over. Real glad I ate before you started talking about tacos and stuff. Ooh, I love chimichangas. I haven't had a good chimichanga in a hot minute. What about bruh? I feel like bruh is also like divorce territory for my husband. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. You say bro all the time? That's okay. You can marry anyone, but not my husband. I'm gonna let the ad start now, okay? What about POE sauce? What's that one? Path of Exile is all I can think of there. Fire it up! Hi, Max. Bruh. Bro or dude? If we're talking about what kind of just comes out naturally, like let's say I'm playing a hard video game, Dark Souls style. I die to a boss in a way that I think's unfair. I think I would go, bruh. Bruh. I think bruh is what I would reach for aside from bro. Although maybe bro, like in that sort of exact emphasis, I could imagine as well. But the ad is starting, so I'm gonna sip some tea. I'm gonna sip some coffee. I will not read any non-sub messages until the ad is over, and I won't progress on the recap until it's over. I'm still suffering from my not turning on my mug warmer until later. So I'm pouring more hot water in now to compensate. It's Brover! I sure hope Kelf doesn't dom me during this ad. Oh no, oh god, it's all falling over chat right now. All of my hot Diablo sauce. Oh god, I only have 10 seconds to slurp it all up. That's all I can do right now. Okay, we have to stop the second the non-ad people. Okay. Okay, so that was a lot. My tongue is burning a little bit. I need more water now. Perfect. All right, now I'll catch up in chat, and then I'll tell more stories. I feel like interacting more to what you've been saying when it's so deeply interested. I'm just wasting your next line and don't want to interrupt. I love the way I stream for exactly that, Twenshu, because it's like I'll finish my own thread to whatever I think is interesting, and then I'll catch up with chat. So we have like 2 parallel lanes of conversation, and I feel like they don't crash with each other. You remember your bro period? So the coupon was a you thing, not a con thing. Okay. It doesn't expire until August. You've had it for like over a year already? Whoa. Oh, you didn't ask for a RAR while at ANEX? I would have given one. Bro or dude? I mean, dude, where's my car? I did watch that growing up, so it makes me affectionately like dude. Like the Germa Bia. Marshman, I did not take a photo of it. There was someone whose car was covered in Germa 985 stickers. And on this night over here where we had our multiple drink coupons, there was some like clearly drunk person in the elevator whose shirt was covered in Germa faces. And I'm like, I know which car is yours. So not gonna lie, whenever I hear someone I hear someone where I am in Australia say bro, you don't mentally you mentally think they watch too much American TV. That's probably true. Hi, Praj. I can stop if scuffles is an option. Whoa. Chiro, I always love your overheat. It's so good. I didn't mean to burn your tongue with the exploding boat. That's okay. I expected spiciness. Water and water and water. The RAR Annex would have been a nice room. I would have embraced the RAR room. They're your spirit animal. So we had the tacos. Chat, I didn't even talk about the theme. If you ask me what was the theme of 23 or 24, I could not tell you. I've been very bad at ever embracing a con theme. There's been really cool themes. Like there was an A&E years ago that had like public transit as a theme, so you could be like a post office guy, or you could be like a metro lad or whatever. And like that was really cute. But I'm terrible at ever embracing themes, even if they're fun and directly up my alley. But I will say, the standees, the con like characters that they designed are so good because of the theme. The theme of ANEX 2025 was punk. So look at how hot all of these standees are. Woo! This is Xavier. They're a prairie dog. They could hit you with the bat, or maybe not. They have a queer agenda. They have hot boots. They got fingerless gloves. They have a trans pride sticker. You want to kiss them in an alley and you want them to say something just a little bit mean to you in type 1. I actually don't know the name of this character. I just think they're really pretty. I love the fishnets, love the no turfs button, love the open leather jacket right here, the boom, the Ida bag. I do love this bag, actually. I didn't even see the Woo Brew right here. That's a cute name for a furry beer right there. Or the crowbar. I didn't even notice the crowbar IRL. Also, chat, feel free to type 1 if you are unbothered being this exact position. I posted this to a group chat while I was at the con, and I just said, some of you. And then I went back to conning. There's a lot of cool stuff around. I didn't see who was the artist of this. I didn't see it marked on here. There was this banner advertising for Creepy Cat, and then somebody drew it saying advertising for the pool party. Love the design of this critter. Love kind of the vibe of you're sketching in your high school notebook, and you're just doing like little hatch marks very quickly. It is delightful, very nice shapes. I love how they're always watching, even though their other two eyes are closed. I think that's very pretty. There was a pool toy party. The one time we walked this direction, it happened to be closed temporarily. So I never actually got to see the room with all the funny pool toys. I've been told that pool toy parties at furry cons are very fun. They're very lighthearted. They're very silly. I don't think I've ever embraced one yet. There's cool snakes too. It is the year of the snake, so we might as well put them all into gym shorts and very short tops and just let them be the center of attention. But I'm sure there are more standees I didn't get photos of, but Xavier is definitely the one who's the most of my type right here. Yeah, Victor was telling me that Xavier was really fucking hot. They told me this at breakfast on Saturday, and I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it. And then I saw it. Every time I see fingerless gloves, I immediately think of a certain Lonely Island song. I love fingerless gloves. I bought some from Sock Streams years ago, and occasionally I'll be working during the winter, even inside the house, and I'm like, my hands are cold, but I must type. So I just go, wah, wah, and I put them on, and I feel cool about myself. You've done it before, and your shoulders hated you for it. Kelef punk arc when? I don't think I could ever pull off like being punk even for a second. And I don't even mean like emotionally or anything like that. I mean the fit. I'm always like professor coded or nerd coded. So I can't imagine wearing something like this. Chat, for people who have seen my real face, like over here, do you think this person could be punk vibed? I don't know if they could. I feel like I'm destined to be a silly little nerd in the back of the class taking notes or working on my projects or giggling loudly with my free drinks. Oh, the pool toy party room was so cozy. I'll have to see it in 2026. Commander Mark would be proud. Shout out to Snakes. Shout out to Snakes. Yeah. Ooh, Thundy in short shorts. Honestly, Thundy, where are you? We need this to be real. We need you in short shorts yesterday. Rick. Hi, Rick. Oh my god, Deckies, you're so smart. It wouldn't be me. It would be my Nardo in a punk fit. Ooh. That shout out was perfect. It was the exact right location. If only I turned it that way, it would have been ideal. Kellis Sodley in the nerd slash prep quadrant. True. Oh, and Dre is the name of the scissor tail. They are so pretty. You could give pinch you against the locker ooh woo vibes. I could do that. Sorry, I moved deckies. As the streamer, I am unintentionally ruining all bits at all times. Is there such a thing as soft punk? I feel like that'd be very Kelif coded. I need a punk expert to tell me all about this and then bully me. The bird is your absolute favorite every year. I didn't even notice they also had fingerless glove energy, fingerless fwings, fwingerless energy. There we go. Fwingerless glove energy. Xavier's the name of the prairie dog. They're so fucking cool. They're so cool. I didn't even notice the nice little ear flufflefuls right here. I thought they were a rose from far away. Chat. Type 1 if you've ever done nail painting at a con. People have brought this up before, the idea to me. And honestly, I feel like I was a hater about the idea. Why specifically? One, it takes a long time to do. Every time you do a coat, you have to sit there for anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes, and you just need to do that for, what, 4 to 5 times? So that's almost like an hour sitting there. And it can be hard to want to do that while there's so much happening at a con. But like I mentioned earlier, this is a tinier adventure. This is the place to do a nail painting. Would it happen at AC for me? Would it happen at MFF or FWA for me? I don't know. But at ANEX specifically, it was the perfect size to not feel like I have to keep going. It's like I might as well sit here and have a great, soft, intimate time. And I love painting my nails. It felt so weird going into a con and not having my nails painted. I felt fucking naked. Like this entire time from like driving to drink coupon to tacos to con exploration, I felt naked because my fingernails weren't painted. And whenever I go out to a furry event, I expect them to be so. So I had a plan. I brought a dice bag from home. And my nice little friend. Oh, actually, we can see my friend difference from 2 years. There we go. I did bring them. Yeah. I think it's hard to tell from this angle, but they are definitely more well-loved, well-held, well-cuddled, well-plushied between the 2 years right here. This is my con guy. You can really tell on the wing. The wing is like more orangey than it is red. And I do play with them a lot. They are like a stim toy. This guy's in my lap right now. But they guarded my nail polish right here. You can see I kept everything inside the dragon scale nail plush bag, which is very fun. Gunner put on like this human streamer that they like. We were talking back and forth about there is no Twitch like app on the television in these rooms, so we have to put on YouTube videos. So who do we know on YouTube that has like VODs who are furry? They were like, Kel, if we could put in an old VOD of yours and just listen to a story time. And I did say out loud, that would be funny. But Gunner put on some of their human streamers that they like, particularly Squinks, who I had never heard of. And we just watched some of their stuff while we very slowly did all of our nails. Gunner is actually so knowledgeable about nail painting. Like, what was it? Like do the wing the tip the wing, curl the tip, something like that. They told me that I needed to do that at FWA in the previous year, and I'm like, I don't know what you mean, but I will do it someday. Today was the day. They brought all of their Hollow Taco nail polish. Look at this gorgeous beauty right here. Look at the shimmeriness inside. This is what I put on my nails. I put on Crimson Void. I chose 2 colors, but Crimson Void was the main one. So here were my nails after like the hour or so that we just sat there painting them. This was the Crimson Void. And this is whatever the other one was called that I had. We talked about, because Rego had not done nail painting before. So there's a number of different approaches. A lot of people only do like their ring finger and nothing else. The rest are one color. I usually like to do either thumb and forefinger like here, or like thumb, forefinger, index, and then like have the ring and the pinky a different color. But it was very fun. I had a great time. And this is from the Saturday breakfast, but this is everybody's nails. So here's Gunner, has a nice shimmer. We had Victor in chat over here. They were not at the nail painting party. They just happened to also have their nails painted, and we wanted a photo like this. So like very nice two-tone colors right here. This is Rego on the left, never having done their nails like this before. Gasp. Whoa, look at the first time. Amazing, right? And then there's me over here. Ooh, you can see my Ida bag right here. I'm pinning BMO onto my Ida bag. Hi, I have all my alerts turned off. I hope you had so much fun with Stray. I've actually never played that game, but it looks very cozy. It looks right up my alley. I hope you were cozy in your own lane, playing as a cute little kitty cat. I'm talking about painting my nails over at ANEX on this weekend. But Caliph, a nail painting party? I've done it. I know how it feels now. So the screen grab with a Thundy shout out for your convenience. Thank you. You did it before arriving at the con. I almost always do like a number of days before, yeah. That bag is so good for stimming. It's very fun. I hid it back up into my closet after I got home from the con. I am talking with chat, it's true. I put this up back in the closet, but honestly, I should put this next to my work computer and just stim with it. Type 1 if you want to be well held. True. Winning on the day that Caliph can paint your nails. Gunnar talked about the idea of like, oh, you know, maybe I should be painting Rego's nails. Maybe I should be painting Caliph's nails. And I don't think it really happened. I think they maybe mostly just gave advice for the two of us, but I do think that's a cute idea. Which one of these hands has bottom sweater vibes? I mean, I want to see one sweater right here, so. It was so thick, the nail polish, yeah. So in my collection right here, I don't have a photo of all the bottles, but there was a number of mine that apparently had gotten a lot of thickness on the inside. They thickened over time. And I had not ever had like nail painter thinner, whatever is that, like the thinning of the nail paint. I never bought that before, so I didn't bring it with me because I've never owned it or considered it. But apparently it would have been the perfect solution to what Rego is struggling with. Calx, hello. I love that nail painting emote right there. Eridor TDs, that's really cute. RC Cola Bear, hi. The dragon plush would lightly squish. I love my dragon plush so much. You want to paint your nails sometimes? I mean, I guess that means Anthrocon Nail Painting Party Part 2. That could happen. I'm going to set my tea right here. Perfect. Awesome. Oh, yeah, right here. Where do you sign? Ooh, I guess that means I should bring my nail polish over to Anthrocon. Ooh, imagine. So, Zord, I've been DMing back and forth with Basky about Anthrocon, and they were like, oh, I think it'd be nice to just kind of walk through the city, like have a smaller group, just sort of away from the large adventure. And I feel like that is A, a good idea. And B, since y'all have an Airbnb, we could have just a smaller nail painting adventure at the con there. That could be fun. You're also interested. Oh, do you know Betu, Victor? I mean, I know you were there. Chat, how many people here know Betu? I was unaware. I mean, I'm not on TikTok. I don't know like any of these things. I don't know who's cool on the internet anymore. But apparently, Betu was there. Here we go. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to link this. I'm going to pause my music. I'm going to go over here, and that should be visible. Yes, so we can do that. I never used TikTok. My first thought was, how do I full screen this? I don't know. So they do like Green Day style music, classic old pop punk, and they do it all in fursuit. Look at the snippets of this video right here. I'm counting sheep, but running out. Don't they have the perfect voice for Green Day? As time ticks by, still I try. No rest for cross stops in my mind. On my own, here we go. So you can watch the whole thing at your own leisure if you like. But I had never heard of Bet2 before this con. Like I said, I don't know how to be cool on the internet anymore. My time has passed for that. But they did a whole set. They were in fursuit, rocking the fuck out. And after nail painting happened, my husband and I were both pretty tired after our 6 hours of driving. So we actually went to just go cuddle in bed and eventually go to sleep pretty early around like midnight. But Gunner and Rhaego, they went to the Betu set, and Gunner can talk more about that, and Rhaego can talk more about that on like their streams of what the adventures are. You can see Rhaego in chat right there saying, I loved their set. So that was like the end of Friday, and at some point on Saturday, I don't have a photo of it, but we were just walking down the hallway, and Betu was right there, and both Gunner and Rhaego were like, bro, I loved your set. It was so good. And I don't know how many people were in that room, but I'm sure just the fact that they were being on a stage in fursuit, probably, with audio equipment they're not used to, wondering how they sounded, wondering how everybody felt about it. They apparently expressed anxiety of, oh man, I don't know if I did well. And I'm sure they did amazing because both Rhaego and Gunnar are like, bro. They were both like that, telling Betu they were so cool and so fun. So I love that y'all did that. It's been a long time since you painted your nails, as Kieran. Ooh, go-kart rentals. I've only done that like once before. Makes me want to make it happen. You would make so many cookies for something like that. I mean, I wonder, well, I guess it's really easy to get cookie ingredients on the go just in the city, so you wouldn't even have to like bring them. And depending on like how the Airbnb is, that is like a thing you could do, I suppose. They do, yeah. They sound so similar to Billy Joel Armstrong. I know. So if they were in there right before Betu's set, he played the end of the SpongeBob theme. He shouted, of course, as they left the room to relax for the rest of the night. So that was all of Friday. That was all of my first day at the convention. And I think it was a very like successful first day. We got there. That is a mark of success for me whenever you're driving for like so long. But I already was like, oh, perfect. My main goal was to hang out with Gunnar and Rhaego and just chill a little bit. And I already got that. I try and think about like the people who I want to go out of my way to meet or to talk to or to have at least a little bit of FaceTime with whenever I go to cons. At some, it's really hard. Like at AntherCon later this year, it'll be very difficult to get at least a little bit of time with everyone. But at a con like this, I'm like, there's 4 people I want to see, and I already saw 3 of them because Ox stopped by in chat, so I said hi here. But I also talked to them a little bit at the drink coupon too. So that was like 3 out of the 4 people that I want to say hi to at ANEX. So I was chilling after my first day. Oh, that was the first time you hosted live bands? I usually don't go to like any sets, be them DJ or live at FurryCon. So I did not realize this was the first time it was live music. Just because I knew there was music last year, but I suppose that was sets. So Saturday, I slept so well. I already talked about how cool the embassy suites are. Here's just a small list of all the nice things. Complimentary breakfast. That is the other big thing. We already get 2 complimentary drinks a night per person in a hotel room. But every morning there is just provided breakfast. I don't have any photos of the breakfast here, but like, classic hiccup, simple things. You got like your biscuits, your potatoes, your gravy, your eggs, your bacon. And you don't have to worry about it. The breakfast is there. Everybody, as long as you wake up before 9:30 a.m., which for me is easy to get fueled for the day, and it takes away like a stressor. There's one less thing to worry about at the convention itself. You can just go down, chill with your friends, and then go start your day. Get your free coffee or your free juice or whatever it may be. Yeah, all my homies love free food. And like, I try really hard when I go food shopping on the day-to-day to not buy certain things that I know I will fucking destroy if I have them in the house. Peanut butter is one thing. I don't think I have peanut butter. I don't think I have had it at home in probably over 6 months. So even just like, oh my God, there's a small container of peanut butter here at the breakfast. This is literally me indulging right now. And the same is for like bacon. Like I also haven't had bacon before the weekend in like 6+ months. And even though it's like been sitting there, made in giant batches, it's still like a facsimile of like the most beautiful thing I could have. So that felt nice to just sort of splurge a little bit there. California peanut butter, just barking a little bit. That basically, yeah, it looks like real food. It was real. I was fueled for the day. Fresh, yeah, you can get freshly cooked almonds, and they also have waffle makers. You can get waffles too. You'll eat too much peanut butter in spite of your body disliking it. Yeah, same. Not full and allergic, but you're definitely, I am dopey for the next 4 hours. I just can't stop myself when I start eating peanut butter at home, so therefore I cannot purchase it no matter what. Ants on a log enjoyer spotted. I do love ants on a log. I'm a huge raisin fan. I was asked what my favorite cookie was this weekend, and I said oatmeal raisin is very high up there. I talked about something else, and I also mentioned how I liked raisins in it. Oh, yeah, it was my favorite cereal, which is Raisin Nut Bran. So I'm officially old at heart. And it's true. I like raisins above average. Looks closely. The bowl is full of sugary creamed mutts. This is true. So this was like my fit. I mentioned briefly on stream, but like I have not used social media in over a year at this point. Around like January 2024, I just kind of slowly exited and I never returned. And I don't really doom scroll in any other form. I go through Discord channels and read and never talk. That's probably the worst thing I do in terms of scrolling. But I haven't really used it in a long time, so I don't really have a come find me sort of post like I do over here. I guess I could technically do that. I'm not the dragon, sadly. This is me. So like that was my go live, or not go live. That was my come find me at like my ANEX 2023. But I still have a Discord, so I posted my face in the Discord. I'm like, if you see me, come say hi. The come say hi fit. Here's an absolutely IRL photo of Cryptographic Kangaroo. So on Friday evening, while I was eepy in bed with my husband after our long drive, Cryptographic said, I want to show you my cute skirt that I purchased. And I thought to myself, I would love to see Cryptographic Kangaroo in this beautiful skirt. So when I went to go get breakfast, I saw them like from across the buffet line. So in other words, I saw them from the waist up, and they're like, "Oh, hi, Kelf. Good morning. Did you see my message?" And at that point, it was like, I don't know, 9 in the morning. I had responded. I was like, "Yeah, I would love to see your skirt." I responded. We walk over past the end of the buffet line. I look down and I see them wearing like a beautiful skirt from Witch Vamp. And I'm like, oh, I get it. I now know why you wanted to show me. And context for people who don't see a lot of my streams, Lupin Sheep recommended to me a good 6 months or so ago. They were like, Kelef Witch Vamp makes really cool skirts. And I have since purchased one. And honestly, I had seen people Friday evening walking around in skirts, and I had packed my tights and my skirt, but I hadn't worn it yet. I was just like, oh, I'm used to wearing pants while in public, so I didn't question it. But seeing other people do it, seeing Crypto do it, planted the seed of, this is my only full day at the con. I should, for the first time in my life, ever skirt in public. So we'll talk about that adventure later, but this was like extra confirmation that yes, I want to be as cool and as hot and as fun as Cryptographic Kangaroo is right here in their very pretty skirt. And like this was actually the moment where Victor was around and then we took our nice nail photos. Caliph without circle glasses, do we even really know him? This was before my circle glasses era. This was 2023. When did I get my circle glasses? I guess it would have been past ANEX 2024 even, question mark? I don't have a selfie here, so I'd have to confirm. Dried grapes, you're beloved. I love dried grapes so much. What is this real food you speak of? It's basically anything that's in like the fresh, hot, and ready to go section at supermarkets. You're nearly off the grid for the con. No social media, limited Discord. So I have an Apple Watch that I purchased mostly only for running, but I really love it at cons. It's one of the very few times they actually have like dings on. I have please annoy me. I do not have do not disturb. I, through 90% of my life, have do not disturb on. Mostly because I am focused on something. Like, if I want to look at socials, I will look at socials. But at cons, I'm like, if anybody messages me, I will see it in a millisecond because I want people to find me. I know. That's why I had to stop buying at Badger Pants, because I did eat it with a spoon. Lupin is very wise. This is true. So you're wearing another Witch Vamp skirt the next day? My phone did the thing where it thought I was talking to it. My phone is not chat, actually. You're about to head down to the COD space and you saw me. You needed a break from the world. We were good to chill with, I think. Chat, there's going to be an ad starting in like 10 seconds. So I'm just going to let it roll. I'm going to let it rip. I'm going to sip some tea. I'm going to sip some water. And then we'll get back to chatting about stories. There we go. I still only have the one skirt from Witch Vamp, which I'll show later. And I would like to buy more. Oh, honestly, when my birthday hits in May, that's a perfect thing to ask people for, is to ask for skirts. Skirts and bottles of ink, I guess, are like very easy things for me to ask for. Ooh, stamps and wax seals. Okay, I've actually gotten incredibly easy to shop for over these past few years. So you're the most talkative you've ever been, this ANEX. My phone keeps thinking I'm talking to it, which stops my facial tracking. You were definitely more talkative this year than last year from my interactions. You felt so comfortable. That is beautiful. That's perfect. It's what we'd like to see about furry cons. Ah. I was just so excited to read messages that I forgot it was during ads. Let's see. Yeah, I'll talk about dealers then stuff after this. It's your birthday today and you didn't get a single skirt. Well, Badger Pants, it's not midnight and I know you're in my time zone, so you could always order one. You don't want any skirts? Never mind. Never mind. How did you celebrate, Badger Pants? Also, happy birthday! You have turbo? Okay, good. Good. I must have felt it. I felt the sixth sense from the streamer. I want more skirts. I love my Witch Vamp skirt. So, in between breakfast and Dealer's Den, we take a small detour to the hotel room. What do? I mean, am I kind of... Chat. I'm the same person IRL that you see on stream. In other words, yes, I will tell obsessive long work stories. And the thing is, when you have someone who's a big old nerd, they are likely to want to hear my silly little stories. There they are in chat saying they love hearing me be a nerd. They're one of the few people who have seen my Obsidian work notebook, my vault. Here's an actual photo. I don't have any of this digital on my personal stuff. I keep my work things and my personal things very separate. But like you can see, this is my work universe. I only recently, like, let's see, about 3-4 weeks ago, like hatched the idea of how I want everything organized specifically for my work vault. And I'm so jazzed about it. So anybody who is like a developer or some type of coder, I'm sure you Google things that you've Googled 10, maybe 20, maybe 100 times before. And as I was doing that for the 1,000th time about a month ago, I thought it just was like, I know exactly how I want to organize everything. It's a beautiful light bulb moment for me. So I have been delightfully obsessive in every single morning or night, depending on how my energy is. I'll look at all of my tabs from my work of the day and I say, how can I put this into my vault so that it's part of my ecosystem so I never have to journal it again? It's hard to tell the color difference here on stream, I think, because there's like warm lights in the photo interfering. But like the more piss yellow ones right here, there we go. This color is like a tag, and then this color is a note. So there's this ecosystem between the notes and the tags, kind of tying everything together, multiple ways of connections. And I've been very excited about it. I spent like 20 minutes today working on that. So you had a New Zealander this year. You checked their passport for the 18 plus ban. That's exciting. So an easy day at work for your birthday. You just been chilling. You're not off until Thursday, but countertop dishwasher coming through. Let's go. It was an honor seeing my vault, the lore within. You have to use tags more. Once I learned that tags are basically folders, but better, as in all these things are tied together, but they can be in multiple locations instead of forced to being in a single one, I learned to love tags. Before, I was folders and oldie folders, but once I realized that tags are just better folders, I fell in love. So, what did Caliph get this con? I actually did not spend too much money. I went on a cool adventure of a lot of tiny little fun things. What the hell is this? So, my husband was walking around in fursuit, and then when I went into dealers, he says, "I'm so happy I found you. Somebody gave me a bag of things, and I have nowhere to put them. Here you go." And as the resident pouch husband, I went, "Rah," and I put it into my bag. I don't even know if my husband knew this person, but it was like a tiny bag filled with a couple of 3D printed things. This was one of the things. I actually have a video of it. Let me show you how this spins. Oh, it's so nice. It's like 3 concentric rings where the one in the middle is, look at how it spins. Look at how nicely it makes this ring shape. It is one of the best fidget toys I think I have experienced. And my husband and Rago and me spent so many times flicking it at this con. Whoever the fuck gave this to my husband, you will be the first piston I kiss at ANEX 2026 as long as you're cool with it. Because, whoa, it's so nice. I am obsessed with it, and my husband's obsessed with it, and it was given to him, so he gets full rights and ownership of it. It's so satisfying. I know. Hi, Kama. We're doing well. So that was just like a fun thing. This is something that actually Pronzo told me about. I got this outside of the con, but I feel like I might as well weave it into here. I've never had a Needoh, spelled Needoh, but it's kind of like slime, but not as sticky. Let me show you how I squeeze it. So look at this thing. I actually have it right here, and I've been squeezing it during the stream while I've been talking obsessively about my different stories. It's nice. It has, I think, the perfect level of resistance where it pushes back just a little and it pulls back to where it was so nicely. You love yours. I love mine. I don't think it's, I could not tell when I got this. There was a lot of shapes. I decided to purchase the teardrop one. That's the one that I liked. I thought it'd be nice to squeeze and hold, which I have. Oh, I can type it in chat. It's spelled like that. Pronzo told me about this on their streams, and this is actually like a little holder. It just rests on it, and then you pull up the actual like teardrop, and then you squeeze the teardrop itself. And I like it. It feels good. That's what you do to Rago on Fridays. Yeah, but they don't reform. They just get flattened, and then they eventually wake up and then go, and then they're back to normal. You think you want one of the spinny things? I don't own a 3D printer. I don't know how I would get like that particular file, but it's so nice. I like it. It's like me, but streamer color. True. It's your work de-stress item. You put it on your work laptop to heat it up. One side gets super squishy and the other side stays firm. That actually sounds fascinating. I haven't thought about that. So there's a lot of really cool artists at ANEX, and this is one of the coolest things about furry cons to me in general, is that you have some dealers who are at literally every fucking furry con. You wonder, how do you travel? Don't you ever relax? Don't you ever do anything other than deal? But then you find artists that you don't see everywhere. I've actually already hung this up on my wall. I really like the art of Cry Time. I like the strong, bold shapes. I like the strong, bold colors. My door over here to my closet, I just tape a bunch of furry things to. You can see I have like some furry Christmas cards on here. This is a commission my husband bought. And I added this to my nice little wall earlier today. And I love the style of this artist. This is also a fidget toy of mine. I don't have a video of it, but it was like this tiny container that just felt so nice to open and to close. And again, wonderful, simple shapes, delightfully bright colors. This is what the back says here: to keep your demons at bay, brought to you by Cry Time because it's Wolfsbane. And I was asked in the hotel room, Kelif, what are you going to put into this? And I closed my eyes and I thought about it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some fountain pen paper, I'm going to snip it up, I'm going to write some really nice phrases on it. So it'll be words to help me in trying times. It's like, ooh, I'm anxious. Ooh, I'm stressed. I should open this and then try and keep my demons at bay. I should try and parse my feelings through the power of pass me smart words. So I haven't put anything in there yet because I only got this a few days ago, but I'm thinking about what are snippets, what are phrases that I would like to hear in a trying time. So you would start by looking on things, but it might be hard to know how to search for it. You wonder if you can find the STL for the ring fidget? I mean, I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be fun. Hi, Draco. Thank you so much for subbing. I have all my alerts off for stories. One more month until you get out of this linty, milk-laden pouch. Well, I was going to say thank you more, but I think one is enough for you, you heathen. We're doing great today. You're going to buy from them, but you're tied on funds. So the table is really cool. You were tempted to buy so much. Oh, you also got the Wolfbane's container for your art supply. So I know it's a pretty tiny container. So like, what specific supply are you going to put in yours? That reminds you of the paper airplanes and kind words. I feel like I've heard of this before. A word pouch. It is kind of like a word pouch. Also, hi, Wolf. Oh, for your kneaded eraser. That's like perfect for it then. The Chocobo? Yeah. So I purchased this Chocobo. This is from Chimera Con right here. And I took this photo and immediately I saw that Deckies was in a voice call in a Discord and I thought, Lamau. So I opened the voice chat of the Discord and then I posted this and added Deckies and I said, you need to see this. I really like how this artist did the Chocobo shapes. I think Chocobos have wonderful shapes in the talons and the feathers and the everything, the big smile, the delivery energy. It's wonderful. I haven't put this on anything yet, but I really like it. You also bought that sticker? Good. You were in that call. It was great. We all went, yo. I'm glad that it got like a group reaction. I went through every single artist on the artist alley and the dealers down on the official webpage because this artist did not have like a, what do you call them, like a business card that came with a purchase. I got these delightful sticky notes. I love purchasing unique items I've never seen before at furry cons. I've never seen custom furry sticky notes, and I had to have the worm on the string sticky notes because they're so cute. But I couldn't for the life of me find out the name of the artist. I think this is the one that Rego purchased their bracelet from. I don't remember seeing a card on their table. They had the cute sprat in their hair. But I would love to properly credit them for this nice thing, but I couldn't figure out who it was. Quack. So I've talked about it before, speaking of chocobos and quack. So Kelif, Chocobo, ooh, these mouthfeels are different. But Quelif, ooh, that would be the TF Chocobo vibes. Quelif, ah. So I've thought about that for a while, but I've never drawn it. Oh, you've woken up as an ADHD, Torrent as a Chocobo? You love your good pup bracelet. Stream worn sticky notes. I've heard of Rego getting sticky. I don't think anyone actually have written notes on them. It just gets lost in the fur, and then you have to shave them to find out what it says. Yes. Oh, so Hoodie Dogs was there. For people who haven't seen it, Hoodie Dogs did an incredible commission of my Nardo, and I haven't purchased anything else for them since I got that headshot at last ANEX in 2024. but they were selling postcards, and I thought, this is a fun postcard. I want to like write something to somebody and have them get this in the mail. I think that'd be fun. It was very pretty. As my Gummy Kaiju, they had actually a lot of really fun things. Again, I like just to hang interesting furry art on my doors. So I also put this one on my door. To me, it feels like either a bad trip or an existential crisis, or really you just finding yourself, like you falling through the layers of your own existence, just thinking, going through your thoughts. And I thought it was fun. I thought it was very pretty. I thought it was gorgeous, so I wanted it. And there was art paper on a table. So here, Rego drew themselves on the art paper with a little Posca marker. So I took that just to have a photo of it. Hoodie dogs, right there. You got a portrait of your persona from them at FWA last year. You framed it above their desk. Their art is so good, Cadenza. I love the big teefies. I love the big shapes, the big fluffies. It's all so nice. So yeah, those are all the fun things that got the dealers in. I decided to go for a lot of little things. Most of the time at cons, I purchase like a shirt or two, and I say, woo, that, there's a lot in my wallet. I'm done. But I wanted more paraphernalia this year, and I'm very happy with all my purchases. A little cute Rego, yes, with the buck teeth. So the fursuit parade was the next big thing after that. There was this like nice little coffee shop in the hotel, and I would occasionally get a coffee there in between events. This was no different. So the fursuit parade, it happened. We were standing there, or I guess they were setting up for it. And I just walk over and I stand next to somebody, and they turn to me and they're like, oh my God, hi, Kellen. So LQ Mana from the Twitch.television chat, by pure serendipity, I just walk up and stand next to them. I love that that happened. And while we were waiting for the parade to actually begin, to get started, I was just like, oh my God, hi, like, how was your con? Tell me about all these things that I've only heard in Twitch chat, but now I can ask incredibly specific details. Yeah, like, I got to see I know they had told me in chat about maybe designing their persona and trying different things out and doing a different species. They showed me a sketch of their Lion Sona redesign, looking good. We talked about schoolwork. Again, as somebody who obsessively loves to talk about nerdy bullshit, I was very happy to listen to their interesting schoolwork. They had already told me in Twitch chat previously that they were making their own tea at home, but I got to hear more about the process. It made me think about how Hawk has talked about making perfume and purchasing a lot of different ingredients and combining them in different ways. It made me think about that, of just, here's all these things that I can only really take a sniff test because it's all in a different language. They're all Chinese ingredients. How can I combine these to make something interesting? And I thought that was really interesting to listen to. You're just now realizing you know them from somewhere else. Now you realize crypto. So, like it says here, I took no photos of the fursuit parade. I just wanted to experience. They did post this, the official Anther Expo 2025 Blue Sky account. They said, Punk is not truly dead. You proved that this weekend. Anther 2025 is complete. This is from Sunday. And our end of show stats are ready. 329 fursuits in the parade, 1,450 attendants, and like over $17,000 raised for their charity. And corporate takeover is next year. I am so dedicated this year to be an incredibly good work cog, and I also look very good in a suit. I am prematurely ready for the AntherCon 2026 corporate takeover. So I think that'll be very fun. I'm looking forward to that. If Modos is there, I did think about joking about Modos Incorporated being one of the sponsors of AntherCon 2026. Sorry, ANEX 2026. You don't pay much attention to chat. You should just lurk and we'll do other things. And you've just been called mana. Following the punk thing with a corporate theme is very funny. That's so true. I love that they did that. Here for the Kelf story time. How you done? Sai puts on suit. Oh, so Further Confusion had Business Con as a theme. I feel like it'd be really interesting to see how themes like shift and overlap between different cons over the years. Because as I mentioned earlier, I don't really think too much about themes, but looking at the patterning would be interesting. Staff are already planning things good. Ooh, you got your PTO for AC approved. Let's go. No worries, sir. You can take off your suit if it's uncomfortable. You have to be cozy going to a convention. There we go. Oh, next year it's FC Beach Vacation. Now that's cozy. Hi, Caliph. Hope you had fun. Hi, Zap. I did have fun. I put together a very intricate pure ref. We are, I don't know, a little over 50% through right now. I'm taking it very lackadaisical, as I like to do whenever I come back from a con. A number of people asked me, including my husband, they said, Caliph, are you going to stream on Sunday? And I said, no. I was just like, no. Kind of like how people say, bro. Because I, like, doing 12 hours of driving in 2.5 days definitely takes it out of me. I was so tired on Sunday when I got home. I could not imagine immediately streaming. And I like the idea of like percolating over my thoughts, letting them brew and think, oh, okay, what do I want to talk about? What do I not want to talk about from the cons? What is like personal info? What is like fun things to share with people? Excuse me. And taking some time to like process those and just get organized. I love doing very detailed pure ref recaps, and I feel like I need that little bit of extra time to make it good. So you're going to be doing a lot next year. This year for me is kind of like my quiet year, quote unquote. Like I did ANEX. That is one of the 2 trips that I'm doing. The next one being AnthroCon. I guess technically I'm doing my company summit, but that's not like a fun trip. That's a business trip. I like your recaps. I feel like I was there. Oh man, let's put you next to all the fursuits. Whoa, all 329 of them. This is actually like a local Kansas City person. My husband and I chatted with them a little bit. I tried to find my husband very briefly. I don't even know if he was in this room for the big photo or if he just joined like the con parade line when it happened. I don't know if there's anybody else I recognize. Betu might be in here, question mark. I know, there's so many suits. I saw this person run around. Oh, wow, Betu is in front. Easy. So, recognize them. I did like this dragon. It's a very handsome dragon. They had, like, an open shawl right here. It was very pretty. Oh my god, so many fursuits. Oh, they're spotted. Spotted. Perfect. So, husband real. Lower right of stage. So you missed the fursuit photo, but you made the parade. You know, so many people in there. I mean, my husband and I interface with the fandom very differently. Like, I'm here on Twitch. I'm there in VR chat all the time. To be fair, he's in VR chat a little bit more often now. But he knows so many fursuiters, and I'm just like, whoever my husband knows, that's who I get to know. So many cuties. Chat, how many? Oh, I know them too. How many fursuiters do you want piled on top of you before you say no more? Like, what is it? Is it 3 at the same time? Is it 6 at the same time? Can you handle that? Somehow you meant to type test and instead wrote rar. Rar. I'm in your head, Modus. I've entered your lexicon. 525,600. You can definitely still feel every part of yourself after that. No limit. Suiting is so fun. See, this is why you're such a good corporate business runner, because you're always in a suit. I didn't mean fursuits, though. Let's see. I talked about everything here. So this was Mo Betta's. I talked about it briefly earlier. They give you so much meat. This is a standard serving. There's like more meat than there is rice here. So the way that Mo Betta's works is like you walk on up, and then the traditional thing that you can get is just like their 2 meat thing, which is what I've always done when I've gone. I got teriyaki beef and teriyaki chicken, and they just went gigantic pile. And they give you like 2 ice cream scoops of rice and then some macaroni salad. and it is delicious. Really, all I want every single day of my life is fresh rice and fresh meat, and I don't want to have to cook either. So, in other words, Mo Betta's is directly made for people like me. Everything there I've had is really good. They do like the spam musubi that you can get over at the counter as well. They do katsu chicken, they do shrimp tempura. It's definitely my favorite thing that's nearby the hotel. So the husband and I always want to go at least once a year. That's true. So, Rago, as I mentioned previously, when we were doing the taco stuff, they were like, well, I'm vegetarian asterisk. Like, I'm willing to bend for a social occasion. So we thought, okay, well, we can just go over here. Not thinking that they marinate all their meat in something that contains sesame oil, which Rago is allergic to. Thankfully, they thought about it and they asked the correct questions and learned before they ingested anything, because that would have not been a fun thing to deal with at the con. So they ended up getting some za instead. Depends on the size and shape of the fursuits. I've had at least one fursuit on top of me, and that's a good amount of pressure because it's a person plus a suit. I think I could take two. I think I could train and take three. 100 factorial. They would break you after like 3, so probably 5 to 6. I mean, that's a way to go out, right? Like, I'm a fan of pressure stimming. I like the idea of a heavy weight on top of me. So weighted blankets, weighted fursuits, it's all good. If it's a certain raccoon, you just want the one, yeah. So you have one where you live, you don't need to go there during a con. I have never seen one aside from near ANEX. I'm assuming it's like an Oklahoma thing. I need someone who can cook to adopt you, please. Can you have a 2 meat thing? I encourage you to get at least a 2, maybe 3 meat thing. So you need to live with you. You're the exact same way, but rice can get expensive. It can. I don't actually make too much rice at home. I mostly make like like sandwiches, pasta, and salads for the most part during my weeks before I go food shopping again. But I always have rice there just in case I want like a nice lazy meal. Do they have Moco Loco? I don't remember seeing that. They did have Pog juice, Pog. So what was that? It was like pomegranate, orange, and guava. And just as somebody who spends the majority of their waking hours on Twitch.television, the fact that some company is selling Pog juice is very funny to me. You require rice daily? The thing is, I'd probably be happier if I had rice daily. Yeah, there we go. Rice every day. Chat, do I have to make rice tomorrow? Are you convincing me? Pogs actually started as Pog bottle caps. I forgot about Pogs. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Room time to drink the sequel, number 2. So at what time would this have been after we got to there? So it was probably, I don't know, somewhere between 5 to 7. I know that's a long, like, batch. But it was around that time of day. And after we got the food, we're like, okay, let's just go back to the con. This was one of the most delightful experiences I had seeing a suit. We were just talking about pressure stimming. Look at the size of this lad. Could you take this fursuit laying directly on top of you? I think it's worth trying, right? I have never seen such a wide fursuit positive. I am encouraging actions such as this. This was amazing round. I was so far away when I took this photo. Steps closer. Look at this hashtag delightful wide load right here. Yes. Round, big tail, 2 gigantic cheeks. And the funniest thing to me is after, we were just walking by heading further down the line over here. And this person in the suit was telling somebody who walked up to them, they said, I literally can't see you. I need you to take a step or 2 back. And it was perfect. I loved this suit. I loved this person. Like 100 C's thick, yeah. Someone's getting smuggled in those thighs. Actually, how much would they charge for you to like be in one of the butt cheeks, just going across the con very slowly. So your sister and I have started to get the 3 meats of macaroni salad mobetas. You go home, ooh, to make rice in the cooker. That is really smart. Eat rice, it's very healthy for you, Doryu. Doryu would say that. It's like those McDumpy Grimace images. It's like that, but real and softer and nicer. Do I get a sticker as a reward if I survive? Honestly, they could make stickers of I sat on you. Like, I got sat on by this fursuiter and lived. That'd be a great merch idea. Yeah, move over, horses. We got another thing coming here. So that was just a fun thing. I was very excited to see that. I'm going to snooze this ad right here. So something I really enjoy about FurryCon experiences is like, I get to know my husband's friends more, and he gets to know my friends more. Just by pure happenstance with this con, the demographic of people who went, my husband got to know more of my friends better. He got to know Gunnar better, he got to know Rego better, and the three of us spent like essentially the entire con together, positive, not negative. So Scuff and me and Gunnar and Rego were all just like chilling using drink coupon number 2. And you know how we got our funny little ocean breeze right here? When you walk up to use your drink coupon, and if you ask the question directly, they'll tell you, here's like the limited few things we'll make for you with a coupon. Not every person you ask that at the bar will give you a list like that. So after this experience of 2 free drinks on Friday, both Gunnar and Rego are like, I'm going to ask for a Long Island iced tea for my free drink and see if it happens. It happened. They just made a full-on, incredibly alcoholic Long Island iced tea for free with the drink coupon for both Rego and Gunnar, both of whom are tiny individuals. So going back over here, here's a direct quote from Rego. How much fucking tequila did they put in this? So they both had their Long Islands. I had what was it? I had an Ocean Breeze, the repeat of the previous night, and then I got a Moscow Mule. So it was very fun, and not having to pay for drinks at a con, big thumbs up, very nice. And I usually barely have more than 1 alcoholic drink a week. So having like 3 in a single weekend was above average for me for sure. The Moscow Mule was nice. I love Moscow Mules. They should make Polaroids and stick them to the butt. True. Do you want the gif where someone jumps on top of that suit? You should send it to me, Ox. So if you need someone to test the safety of them sitting on someone, you would take one for the team. Kadama Melt, Kadama Puddle. You have a sticker for that challenge? It happened to you to earn the last one they had? That's great. To be surrounded by cute, tipsy boy. You'd tip them positive? No, you'd tip them over. You're so tall. And then you'd loom down upon them. That's how it works, I think. So we kind of just spent some time talking. We just had like very different like little life talks, little fun chats, little what are my feelings? What are we going through? Sorts of stuff. My favorite kinds of chats, but I didn't tell you yet. I didn't show you yet. It's just right there, peeking up at the bottom of the screen. I did do the thing that crypto inspired me to do right here. I did, in fact, put my skirt on in public and walk about. This is the skirt that I purchased from WitchFam. Here's my delightful nails outside of that warm-ass room. This is what they still look like right now. I'm very proud of my nails and all the painting that we did all together. You can barely see that my tights are right here. But I had my tights, I had my skirt. Honestly, tights are such a shortcut for self-confidence. You know why? Because in the past, I would have been like, ooh, I didn't spend so many hours shaving my legs and not cutting myself and making sure I got every angle. I can't possibly like wear shorts or put a skirt on. But tights are like, oh boy, let's just cover up all that leg hair and then wear my skirt and not feel weird. I know there's no written law that says, like, hell, if you have to cover up your hairy legs before you wear a skirt, but it's more like a me thing. Like, I need to feel cute. And by being cute, it means either covering up my leg hair or shaving off every single one of them until I'm happy. So tights, godsend. I'm a huge fan of tights. Tights plus skirt in public is now a thing I can check off my bucket list. Done. Let me go over. Telegram. Oh my gosh. This is so good. Let me download this so I don't show my Telegram. Save as. I can put it there. It'll save as an MP4. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to mark as unread so I get back to there later. And then go to that folder where I saved it. It's going to be in my Twitch folder, which is here. Here, it's going to be an ad about a minute, but we can definitely get to this video first. There we go. Well, it's a GIF turned into a video because that's how Telegram does it. But either way, chat, would you want to dive directly into this lad? Oh, I was trying to make it full screen. Good enough. Honestly, great. That's great. That's so cute. This really lets you see like how wide and how fluffy that suit is from the front too. That's perfect. And make sure I exit it out of my Telegram. There we go. So your New Year's resolution is to have less drinks a week. Did not keep up with it for long. Aw. Capri, hi. You just got on too? That's true. Yeah, Rego did. They put on their mini skirt and then their yoga pants. Love the nails. Thank you. We had like the whole nail painting room party. And this is everybody's nails afterwards. Chat, there's an ad starting in a redacted amount of time. No one knows. Only Twitch knows. You always felt handsome in boxer briefs. Kind of similar. Look, if I'm going to have hairy legs, it should be fur. I know, not thin human hair. It's honestly so depressing. Every time I look at my hairy legs, I'm pulling up my pajama pants. Not that you can see. It's scandalous, but private. I think, if this was a furry, fluffy leg and I had little pawsies at the end of it, it'd be perfect. Marilyn Monroe photo shoot when? So with or without the tights? Scales would also be nice. This is true. This is true. I'm going to sip my tea while I wait for the ad. Ever get long paw socks? I've seen those around, but I've never owned them. I've had like thigh highs before, but never with like cute little pawsies at the end of them. I've had like pride thigh highs. I've had like fishnet thigh highs. I've done a variety of different flavors of thigh highs, but never the ones with beans at the end of them. Let's see. So we'll come back around here once the ad's over. Literally, you have like 4 pairs you never wear from a Kickstarter. So are those the ones that actually, the ones I'm imagining are the ones that are like the black socks that have like the pink beans at the bottom, like classic kitty cat? Is it like that style? It's a different style. So even though I'm big into dragons and I have like a nice scaled bag and everything, and I can probably better daydream what it's like to run my fingernails over scales, I think I'd prefer to be a furred lad. Oh, just patterned, no squishy things. Okay, I'm sure they're still adorable though. No squishy things, parentheses, sad. So one of the fun things we did is after we had drink number 2, which, you know, for the 3 rats there, it was all a lot of alcohol. And it's like, what do you do after you're dressed up in cute skirts and you've had your multiple free drinks and you just talked about life and feelings? You go buy cookies together at like 9 p.m. at night. So we went on a little cookie walking adventure, and we went to a Crumble and bought some cookies. My husband posing with all of the cookies that we purchased. Chad, if you had to snap your fingers and get like a magical fresh cookie out of nowhere, what would it be? I told my husband I would probably enjoy like a oatmeal raisin or a white chocolate macadamia nut. But chocolate chip is like a classic. So I got chocolate chip and I got a white chocolate chip macadamia nut, which is delicious. We're in lampshade territory. I was not too silly during the con, I promise. Crumble has an obnoxious name, but the cookies are really good. Gunnar was teasing me because I just did like a Google Maps search for cookies, and I'm like, oh, there's like a Crumble around. And he's like, you said that as if it's not a gigantic national chain, and I told him I've never heard of Crumble before. But also, I don't go anywhere and I don't do anything aside from stream and do my cool job. So yeah, I don't really know anything. If you ask me, Kelif, name 10 national brands, I would probably struggle. Oh, you had never heard of them before either? Good, I'm not alone. Oh, you like a crunchy cookie? Ooh, so when I was growing up, like Chips Ahoy, I would have those a lot. My parents would put them into the school lunch boxes, and they would be like, "Oh, Kenneth, a darling child, do you like the crunchy cookie or the soft cookie?" I was always a soft cookie guy. Cookies, cookies when you're a little tipsy hit different. You're just hearing about them now? Okay, so Gunner is the weird one, not me in all of chat. Ooh, oatmeal with cranberries. I don't know if I've had that, but I would love that. I love a good oatmeal cookie. Throw whatever you want in there, honestly. I'll eat it. Let me go get a drink and some cookies. I can't believe Kelif thinks I'm weird. I think everybody here is weird positive. Oh, so there's one opening up next to your work. That's exciting and also dangerous. I've done a lot of like food service jobs in the past, Sap, before I eventually worked over into like corporate cool tech stuff like I am now. And I did a lot of dessert things. Like one of my first jobs is working at a gelato shop, and we also served like espresso and lattes and cappuccinos. And I spent 3+ years working at a cupcake shop named Red Velvet Cupcakery, and I topped so many cupcakes there with piping bags. I bet if somebody gave me a piping bag full of icing, I could still do a pretty good cupcake top. So hear me out. I want a crunchy cookie if you're dinking it in coffee. True. Honestly, Dio has the math equation for emotional success with cookies. Yeah. Crunchy into coffee or soft into my mouth. Ooh, warm snickerdoodle. Ah. So next time I pass by the grocery store, you're gonna grab some Oreos, make some soft Oreo cookies from the Oreos, a cookieception per se. That sounds so nice. Kel of Top Reel. So we've talked about Ira the Slut before on my stream. So is that me opening up to my top arc in 2026? Something topping your cake. Uh-huh. You're more of like a chocolate chip oatmeal guy. That is still delicious. I adore raisins and I want them in more things, but so many people hate them. Kind of like mint chocolate chip. I love mint chocolate chip. I love pineapple on pizza. I basically love anything that's not dairy, and anything that is dairy, I just glare at and I might like it, but it's much more likely I don't like it. Good morning, Aminals. Welcome, Bark. Hope the con was fun. It was. It was nice. We were just talking about me wearing a skirt in public for the first time. I posted this photo in a group chat, and I'm like, my first public skirting, :3. And somebody asked for a picture of the whole fit, which, like, I didn't even put in my PureF because, like, it's a blurry photo, and it's not cool, but whatever. I'll show you really quick. Let me scroll down my Telegram and find it. There it is. So you can at least see my fit, even though my face is literally blurry. But this is my first public skirting. I had like a little sweater down there near my bag, but very red shirt, very cool skirt. Let's go back to the better photo. There we go. Ooh, Cupcake is a cute pet name. Is that right, Cupcake? Public display skirt? Oh my gosh, I know. Ooh, pineapple and pizza, your beloved, same. Zayden, hi. I don't have any alerts on because we're just talking about con story things. Thank you so much. Popping in between streams, you're missing things. Oh, that's fine. I don't expect anybody to absorb all of my info all the time that I throw at you. But you know the best way to end a con night? That's right. It's called watching your friends participate in a Balatro tournament. So after we did the public skirting, after we had our free drinks and the cookies, I'm gonna ignore that bully time, because we're almost done with the con recap anyway. So I'll take a break after that. But the best way to relax is just to bring everybody into the room, form a cuddle pile, and then watch Twitch on your phone simultaneously, because we couldn't put Twitch on the television. So we just had 4 of us all watching the same stream. One person had the audio on their phone, and everybody else just looked at either Poppin's perspective or Zord's perspective or Hawk's perspective. So kind of the timeline is we got back with the cookies. We only nibbled on them. We didn't finish them on the walk back to the hotel. It was like a 10-minute walk out and a 10-minute walk back. So it made me feel better about eating cookies, even though I absorbed a lot of calories anyway. So we got back to the hotel room and we were watching the semifinals. Like, oh, there's 10 minutes left or so. So we got to see the last 4 contestants, and then we got to see that it was Grands. And as soon as we saw that it was Zord, I love that in the screenshot I got, I chose a random timestamp. We can still see the Jester hat good. That it was Zord and Hawk. Like, we had to go for it. We had to just sit there and experience everything from these 2 smart people. So literally for the full hour at the convention, we just all sat there and cuddled and provided our own commentary and listened. It was great. Yeah, Hawk and Zord, both so cool. You knew I was watching it? Yeah, we weren't really talkative in chat because we were IRL chatting at the con. Yeah, the Balatro tournament was so good. Some of you watched the finals in VR. I did see that screenshot of that one spot in Sundown with like the projector there. That was really cute. Isn't that the way I pose in every picture? It kind of is, yeah. This is very much like a Kella style pose. White chocolate macadamia will be your favorite cookie. Hi, Ferris. You realize just how much I need cuddling in my life? You don't have enough human touch. Honestly, I think furry cons are great for many reasons, but platonic touch is one of those reasons. I don't know if I ever told you this small story, Rego, but years ago, like after I broke up with my ex and I was sad, but before I met my cool husband, I went through a long period. I went through, I don't know, multiple years of like a lack of touch from like anybody. And there was at one point I went grocery shopping and this guy bumped into me and he's like, "Oh, sorry." And it was just like a classic, simple, awkward experience. But I got home from the grocery store. I put all my food away and I thought to myself, that was the most amount of touch I've gotten in a year or more. And it was an accident. And I felt really bad about myself. So I can laugh about it now because that was like well over 10 years ago at this point. But like, it is important. Like, if you don't have at least a little bit of hug or platonic touch, like, your body begins to miss it. Your soul begins to miss it. So furry cons being absolutely full of that. Another great reason to go is for nice, soft, platonic touch. Not even horny. Literally completely disconnected from being horny. It's nice being touched. Oh my god, please. That's just some casual biting amongst friends. Just a little bit of nibble. The thing is, you might remember a hug pretty well, but can you see it after the fact? That's why you need a little bit of a bite. A platonic cuddle sounds like a fun time. That's kind of what I expect from my Anthrocon, given how many people I know going. I will offer platonic touch to anyone in need. And like, I think in part, like, furries are very touchy-feely because of stuff like this. Like, this is not a one-off thing that Rego mentioned and that I talked about. I think it's a pretty common thing that people don't get enough touch in their lives, like, in general. So furries being very touchy-feely, very huggy, I think is a response to that. You're a fennec. You and your ears know all about bites. Would you say that was a feature of your weekend get together? Oh, you have the picture right here. Yeah. Why can't I scroll down? Oh, I see. That's very cute. Look at that. Love the Marshman nerd in the corner right here. Ooh, this was really deep into it. This was like 56 minutes out of the hour. That's crazy. That was down to the wire right there. Thank you for reminding me of a story. I'm here to help. Thank you. So yeah, like my note says right there, room Bellatra tournament plus cuddling, one of the best parts about the con. Why not cuddle your friends and watch a silly YouTube and or Twitch thing while at a con? The whole world is busy down there, all hanging out, all the other 1,400 plus attendees. Why not take some soft intimacy? Gosh, gosh. So now with this boy, between the two of us, you're much more in control. You really need to get this game. It is very fun. Like, it is a very well-designed game, and so, like, to me, I equate a lot to the emotional feeling of Risk of Rain when I first played it, and I'll expand that thought. Like, to me, when I first played Risk of Rain 1 when it came out, I thought, this game sucks, this game's impossible, like, you die, nothing ever works out, what the fuck? And then you get one of those runs that you feel untouchable, and all those things that you were scared of, you are destroying. You are moving past without a moment's notice. The things that you were fearful of no longer register on your brain. And I feel like Balatro can feel like that, where you're like, this ante sucks. This deck sucks. Nothing's ever going to work out. I hate all my jokers. I hate my life. And then you get one run and you're like, oh, wow. Everything just worked and I figured it out. I'm so cool. This game's great. Everything's going. Ooh, funny number goes up. And roguelikes are very good for those feelings. Oh my gosh, Thundy. Thundy, hi. Thundy, I missed you at the con. Thundy, when are you going to dress like this? Thundy, when are you going to embrace Year of the Snake with your gym shorts that have like barely an inch between the slit? Easy. When Bellatra clicks, you're just like, oh, I get it. I get it. I know now. I know all the things I'm looking for. That was one of your favorite parts about the con. See, even my husband said so. It wasn't even just like my notes. My husband also thought that was cool and fun. Easy. Sheesh. Yeah, it was a nice time. My husband and I were still like really tired. Like most of the times at cons, I have like this inner need, this urge to constantly keep moving, to constantly keep doing things, to say, ooh, this thing is happening over here. I have to run to it. I have to find these friends. I have to go get dinner with these people. Like I said earlier, ANEX is a smaller, intimate con. I did not feel the urge. And like, it wasn't just the purists that I went through. I went through my journal at ANEX 2024. Do you know how I ended my ANEX 2024? I said, it's 9 p.m. on Saturday, and I have done every single thing that I want to do at the con. I'm going to sit in my room and play Xenoblade on my Switch and flirt with my crush because I think he's really cool. And that is how I ended my ANEX 2024, by disappearing from the world at 9 p.m., even though it's a big social event. And I loved it. It was great. I looked through my journal and I was very happy about it. And it didn't happen as early this year, but around 11:30 p.m., where my husband said, I'm tired, I think I'm going to go to the room, I said, I'm going to join you. I have done every single thing I wanted to do at this con at 11:30 p.m. on Saturday. I said hi to all the people I want to say hi to. I did all the cool things. I public skirted. I am happy. I'm going to call it. So I did. And the husband and I went to the room at around 11:30. We cuddled and then we just passed out. Both nights at the con, we probably fell asleep before midnight. We were very relaxed at this one. Smaller, cozier spaces at a big con sound nice. It's true. Like, At the larger cons, like there's a space at Anthrocon that's like right past the dealer's den that I've had a lot of small intimate moments at. Like I specifically remember it was Deckies and Kadama at Anthrocon 2024. And right past the dealer's den, I found both of them, and it was just the three of us, just kind of like chatting quietly in between all of the hustle and bustle. And even though there was 15,000 people at that con, during that small space with just the three of us, it felt very cozy. You very nearly cried. Super positive this weekend. So I did see you mention somewhere, probably in that one Discord we're both in, that you had a really nice weekend. What made it so special for you, Deckies? Your favorite parts of the cons have consistently been the times you've been able to been close with friends. Cozy room stuff is consistently great. You love the small pockets of quiet. They're so good. The tiny pouches of quiet that you can get at a con feel magical. Like even just something as simple as like FWA is a great example. Like the main hotel there is 3 floors and not 2, so it has a lot more verticality. And you can like look over the edge and see literally 5,000 people all hustling and bustling. But you can be standing there looking at that with like one friend or 2 friends and have a tiny quiet conversation while you see thousands of people. And I think that's a fun moment. Yeah, VR chat meets are like that. I mean, VR chat is like the closest thing to a con experience that I can get without having to spend thousands of dollars. Discord calls are cool, but they do not feel the same as a con atmosphere to me at all. But VRC does a little. Oh, you'll DM me the story later. You want the stream to be about me? Oh, wow, thank you. So that was my Saturday. Like I said, I ended it feeling like I had done every single thing that I wanted, which that happened for 2 years in a row. That happened last year at NX 24 and this year at NX 25. I feel like I had done everything that I wanted by the end of the full day. So Sunday, my husband and I, we went to bed like at midnight and we both woke up at 7 in the morning. It was one of those things where we both wake up at 6 a.m. on the daily, like outside of con stuff, outside of like weekend things. 6 a.m. is our comfort wake up time. We've both been like this for years. So I wake up at 7 and I think, I don't want to disturb him. I'll close my eyes and just try and go back to sleep. And he does the same thing. We're both just there pretending to sleep. And at one point, we notice the other's awake and they say, do you want to just like start packing? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I would love to get organized and ready to go. Because, like, if it's a flight, it's not a huge deal. It's like, whatever. We'll just have to get everything in the bags. But we're driving. It's going to be another 6 hours home. So being able to get everything packed and ready and in the car as early as possible, even if we're not going to leave immediately, is still very positive, and I like to do. So we start to pack at like 7 in the morning. Yeah. Oh boy, 7 a.m. Thank you, past me, for writing that. So we get everything in the car. We essentially are ready to go at about 8 in the morning. And my husband, and I completely agree with this feeling, he's very eager to get going when we have like a 6 hour drive. It's like the earlier we get out, the earlier we can get home. And as we had like something of Rego's that they had left in our room, and we went down to go like knock on their door to return it. And even on that little go down from floor 6 to floor 3, the conversation was, should we leave? Should we be nice and stay a little bit? Should we get breakfast with everybody? It'd be kind of nice to get on the road. It was like a back and forth of thoughts and feelings. And Rego sleepily opens the door. Pretty sure we woke him up right there. We come on in with all of our bags, and they're like, so you're going to stay for breakfast? Puppy dog eyes. And we're like, we'll stay for breakfast. We're both very susceptible to puppy dog eyes from tiny rats. So we put everything in the car, we get ready to go, and then we go have breakfast with everybody. I hope you know you're selling me on ANEX. I think ANEX is legitimately in a perfect position to grow. Like, there was, 1,200 people last year, 1,400 people this year. the space is quote unquote too small for that number of people in a good way. Like, literally, we can have a suit like this taking up 30% of the walkway, and everybody thinks it's great. It's not like a, wow, we literally can't get to where we need to go. We could have like 10 more of these suits and be fine at ANEX. Breakfast? Guru. Oh my god, Melon, hi. And then they ate Rago and no one ever heard from him again. It's true. I logged into their account and I'm typing in between chattings. The purple's good. The purple's nice. So we ended up having breakfast. It was me, Rago, Gunner, husband, cryptographic kangaroo popped by for a sec too. And it was just like an hour of soft chatting as we had very real, very free food before we got into the road. And I'm a very organized boy, which I'm sure does not surprise anybody. So I was keeping good track of the time while still paying attention to all the convos. And as soon as it was hitting 9 in the morning, I thought, I know we should get going. So I kindly am like, all right, we're going to go get in the car. We're going to go get on the road and we're going to take that 6-hour drive. So we had like the nice big hugs, the nice farewells. And there's one thing I intentionally left out of all the story stuff. So there was a surprise. I guess I should modify this. There we go. So there was a final surprise. So I don't know if I'm just a socially adept person. I don't know if I just have cool memory. I don't know if I read between the lines well. But I knew something was coming my way. And there's a detail that I didn't talk about. When like Rago came up to the room while my husband and I were there, they left something in the room. I don't mean like a sweater or like a bag or something. They left something, parentheses, intentional for me. And it was a nice little final surprise. So while I knew it was coming, it was still very pretty. They wrote me a handwritten letter. Look at this script right here. Caliph right here. And the color in the background, pretty close, only slightly more purple than I am. Very close to the FF7671. And there's even a nice little guy in the back, right there. The T-He, tiny little man's poking out right there. So I've gotten many fountain pen letters over the years from cool people. I keep a little collection in a container in my room. Anytime I deliver a letter to someone, I never want them to read it until they're thousands of miles away from me. So I gave Rago the same grace. I'm like, I will not read this until I am in the comfort of my own home. So I did. It's right over there. I won't tell you, Twitch.television chat, the contents of said letter, but Rago knows what's inside of it, and that's all that matters. And it was a very nice letter. I was talking about this with Faywin in DMs, and I'm sure I'll talk about it with Rago again in the future and hopefully other people too. But I've lived a very lucky life in that I've been able to shape other people's lives positively through my silly platform on Twitch.television. I helped Rago's like social circle explode in this past like year and a half, and I've done that for other cool people. And it was nice to see them IRL. It was nice to see that growth was very important for them. And I'll be excited to see that at AC with some people who I've also helped on their journeys. So I'm excited. And it was a nice reminder that you can stream on Twitch.television and you can be silly and you can still shape people's lives. So I did not read that on the ride home. On the ride home, I basically just kept reading Land of the Lustrous right here. And then at one point, my husband said, Caliph, darling, could you drive? And I said yes. And I very obsessively sing along loudly to songs that I am obsessed with right now, which is my favorite way to pass time on road trips, It was 6 hours. We made it home around 2 p.m., which you think, oh my God, that's like literally a whole day. You have like 10 hours or what the fuck ever until you go to bed. My husband and I were so tired. Even though we went to bed midnight on Friday, midnight on Saturday, we were just like so ready to nap. Like my husband told me, Caliph, it was 5 p.m. and I thought it must be midnight. It must be so late right now. I look at the clock and think, oh God, I have to kill like 5 hours. So he ended up taking like, I don't know how long his nap was, but he took a healthily linked nap. And I didn't. I just suffered through it. I was like lackadaisically leaning back in my chair in like Twitch chats, barely awake. I took a bath and that actually helped me wake up a little bit. But I did not take a nap before bedtime. But I was so happy to sleep. I was so ready. I didn't feel like I was like sick or anything. I think it was just the travel. Yes, Moto says in chat, like driving is tiring. Driving wears you out. So if at any point anybody sees me at a con and they're like, oh, Caliph, you're normally so much more jazzed. If I just drove for 12 hours, that's probably why. It's probably why I feel a little tired. Well-timed, not too long naps are wonderful. Yeah, if I can get like a 30 to 45-minute nap, I am so jazzed. That makes me so happy. So you've done a lot of cross-country driving, though. You have a homegrown endurance. I think road trips are fine. Like, I don't look forward to them necessarily. I look forward to getting to the destination and for small parts of the conversation. Like talking to my husband for like 90 minutes about things that were on my mind. That was great. The next 5 hours, whatever. I could take or leave that. He enjoys road trips a lot more than I do, but they're still tiring at the end of the day. And like AC later this year, which is going to be the week-long trip, and that's going to be like 20 plus hours of driving within the week. That's going to be a lot. I'm glad you had a lot of fun at the con. It was a nice story to lurk to. I did. I had a lovely time. You took your 40-year-old project car to MFF and holy hell, the return trip? So exhausted getting to the door. Yeah. Like, the excitement of the con and seeing friends and everything can do a lot to, like, counter the exhaustion. Like, you get adrenaline, like, oh, we're here, let's do all the things. But, like, on the way home, it's the opposite energy. It's like, I'm so ready to not fucking exist for a little bit. That's how I feel. Ooh, I'm gonna sip some tea. Gonna be an ad starting soon in a redacted amount of time. I don't know. It'll just happen. That's what Twitch does. There it is. It started. Oh, gosh. Gosh, I love tea. Chat, what would I do if I didn't have tea every day? Pass away? Probably. So therefore, I must have tea every day just to survive. So you usually try for like an extra relaxed day after getting home. Yeah. You're probably able to do it for a short con though. I mean, that's kind of why I like how we did our approach for ANEX both this year and last year. It's like, even if I was fucking exhausted at 2 p.m. after we got home, like that was still 8 hours of existing and not traveling and not having to like be stressed or anything. So it was positive. Like that was my rest, is that like 8+ hours at home. Oh, let me stretch in my chair. Mm. Mm. Anytime I do, I'll talk about this after the ad's over. I'm gonna sip some water. Ah. Gosh, I love Friends. That is the power of cons at the end of the day. It's like, oh wow, I love all these people who I see on the internet so much. I don't know if other people feel this way, but like anxiety's the son of a bitch, and it can be like, oh, well, you know all these people from the internet. Are you gonna feel the same way when you see them IRL? Are you going to know all the things that are on their mind? Are you going to be able to talk endlessly like you can on the internet? Are you going to be able to interface in all the right ways? And the answer in my life has literally 100% every single time been yes. Like, these are my real feelings. These are really cool people, and I am close to them, and I do care about them. But there's like those little anxiety brain gremlins of, is it true? Is it real? It turns out, chat, that Kellev is incredible at conversation. I just have a very good memory, and I'm a silly guy, and both those together, that's great conversation. So not gonna lie, whenever I meet someone IRL, leave a few minutes of, oh, that's what you look like. I don't know what I expected in that phase, and it's pretty much the same. Honestly, yeah, like I have a continuation of a story that I told previously. There was a couple of friends of mine that I know mainly from VR, a little bit on Twitch too, and they all did like a road trip, and they all met up in a city, and they all hung out, and they talked about it, and they posted a photo. And it's four people who I had never seen their faces of. I had just heard their voices, I had seen their virtual body like language, and I had like a feeling of their vibes. And in my previous stream, one of these people stopped by, and I said, I'm pretty sure I know every person in that photo. Even though I've never seen your faces, I feel like I can correctly identify who they are. And they said, bet, like, send me a DM with labeled faces. And like, that was posted in a private Discord, so I wasn't going to show it on stream. But after I got back from the con, I thought, I want to do this. I want to label these four faces and send it to a private source and see what I got. I got 100% correct rate. 4 for 4 for people whose faces I've never seen. I was so proud. Like, they didn't ask me a reasoning or anything. I could talk to them about it. But I had like really specific reasons why I chose every single person's name. I felt very cool. Gasp! I know, Felix. Whenever I see you at a con, maybe AC later this year, I'll do my best to be very silly and only a little bit giggly. I I'm very excited for AC. I mean, it's been consistently like one of my favorite cons. Like, I waffle between either FWA or AC being my favorite because at the end of the day, it's who is there and who did I get to talk to. Most of the times, I don't care about missing Sunday at a con. True for this one too, because I left at 9 in the morning. But there's one AC, pretty sure it was the 2 years ago, so 2023. That was like amazing. Like, holy shit. It was fantastic. And at the end of Sunday, I cried because it meant so much to me. So like that year, FWA was better for me than AC. But on average, like Anthrocon is really, really nice, and I'm very looking forward to it. Did I manage to loom Rego a little bit? I mean, given their height, I did it constantly. A little as a tree. So you usually try and stick around until like Monday, especially for the bigger ones. I definitely understand the reason why. Like, not only for the FOMO aspect, but because other people tend to do that too. Like, I I know so many people who at the larger cons, especially AC, are like Wednesday con goers. I am only a Wednesday con goer for AC because we drive and it's my husband's favorite and he wants to be a Wednesdayer. If life was perfect and I didn't have to drive for 12 hours or whatever, and plane tickets weren't expensive, I would be a Thursday AC guy. But this year I will be a Wednesday AC guy. Do they wear a fur? Sweet. Oh, you mean Rego? I'll let them talk about their stuff they did on their recap. My husband, surprising nobody, wore multiple fursuits over the course of the con. I mean, my husband and I have very different ways we interface with cons, which I mentioned, but he is fursuit all the time. I'm like, who can I meet from the internet and how can I chat them up and how can I get to know them a little bit better? That's like my main drive for con stuff is I love seeing people I know from online. Like me posting my little photo in the Discord of come find me. Yeah. Honestly, I do this for people to be like, ooh, if I see Kelef, maybe I should say hi. Like, I don't really have super gigantic badges that I bring to me with cons like I did a couple years ago. So my face is my biggest advertising tool aside from my voice, I guess. Woof. 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 Chat, I'm stalling. Chat, it's like, it's so weird doing like a con recap or anything that's outside of my norm and then finishing with like an hour and 20 minutes. I need a weird shirt. I mean, if I wore the kangaroo shirt to cons, I'm sure people would like recognize me even faster. Ooh, yeah, I know FF7671. I've never messed with like custom shirt printing too much, but if I could get an exactly FF7671 shirt color, even if there was nothing else on it aside from like a tiny white diamond, I would love that. I would love that. I almost greeted you and then ran away when I saw you. I think the serendipity at play that I just happened to walk up to you so that you could not escape. And also we were already all standing there specifically for the fursuit parade, so that was perfect. Also, I was so tired when I saw you in the dealer's den the second time, Mana. I'm like, I didn't take a nap, but I wanted to take a nap in that exact moment. For the record, I'm glad you didn't run away. I love doing the thing that I did with you, Mana, where I'm like, ooh, let me try and pull all the info I know about you from out of a hat from all of our Twitch interactions. I feel like I've gotten pretty good at that skill over time about remembering 3 to 5 factoids about people who I see on a routine basis. I'm gonna ship my tea. I think one of the most interesting parts to me about like about looking at old versions of recaps is how my stream layout and avatar has changed. Like the old way I used to have the music here, this actually broke, which is why I changed it. The old full suit, me doing my little puckered lips right here, kissing myself from the past. As I squint from range thinking it was you, but not sure if it was you, but it could be you, but is it you? It is you? Yeah. I was happy with my brain that I recognized you, Ox, like just from a visual standpoint, because I don't really have a good facial memory. Maybe it was either like I think your voice helped, your aura helped, and of course your face helped. All those things put together, I'm like, I know that it's Ox. I can tell that it's Ox. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me do. Oh, let me hit save. Let me do this. You were different on both days. This is true. All right, might be a lag scenario. It's not awesome. It's so interesting looking at my old ANEX 2024 recap because I don't remember everything from this. Oh, yeah, these were the things that like I already pulled to the main one. You had a full beard when I saw you, and the second time you were back to the mustache and goatee. Like I said, I don't have a great facial memory, but that is true. Yeah. Oh, yeah, more pictures of Deegan. I love Deegan's suit. I showed this one off earlier because how could I not with the shirt lift and the stare down? But even like this one, the nice, like, I will, in fact, crush you if you stay right there. I'm gonna keep walking. Oh, you're under the foot now? Oh, you're under the foot now. Oh, yeah, I told that story. Oh, yeah, I don't think this person was here. I don't think Bandit was here in 2025. If they were, then I was unaware. But I remember specifically in 24, everybody went wild when Bandit was around. Clothes on a normally naked character is suddenly lewd. This is true. I don't think I really thought about that until the pony fandom started happening all those years ago. And then I'm like, oh, people are just putting these ponies in thigh highs, and I see the art as I scroll through Tumblr or whatever. I think I was into Tumblr while that show was a thing. And it's like, oh, they suddenly feel way more naked just for the fact that they have anything on. Yeah. A lot of fursuiters. I didn't notice it much this year, but last year, a lot of them just took a bunch of photos of themselves playing pool, which I thought was very cute. Oh my gosh, crypto from last year is where I talked about Ox from last year. Oh yeah, I didn't notice that this year. There might have been one. I know in 2024 they had like a sensory room where if you felt overloaded, you could go and disappear, and there were like headphones and like stim toys, and essentially it was farther away from the main con experience. I think that is a good idea for cons to have. D3D error 26. No. Oh, yeah. It is so rare, chat, that I ever underline, period, italicize, bold, highlight, see any kangaroo merch at all at cons. It is very, very rare. ANEX 24, I actually found this. It's over there. It's on my wall, hanging on my con merch things. But I love this. It's so cute. Hi, I'm a kangaroo. And I also bought this one because I thought it was very handsome. I remember that now. Oh, yeah. That's where I got my Taka commission and hoodie dogs. Gosh. I love their style of hoodie dog stuff so much. Very handsome. Got Cinder's Dragon Belmont is so handsome. The struggle where your only species merch is the Mary Mouse certified badge. I know. It's true. It's fucking true. I know, like, as an artist, I could make my own merch or whatever, and I guess theoretically that's what my stickers are because I just give them to people. But woof, I need some help in the kangaroo category of merch for sure. Oh, yeah, we got like, oh yeah, those Tuckers. I didn't go to Tuckers this year. Oh yeah, my husband's friend Colby Husky is so good at taking fursuit photos. I didn't see Stompy's McGee, whatever their fursuit name is, this year, but this is kind of how I expect all kangaroo suits to be IRL. Consider relate, plenty of bird stuff, but Kestrel specifically, not a chance. Yeah. It's interesting how things go in waves because I remember when I first went to cons, like 2017, people said the same things about possums. But now I feel like possums are very popular, or at the very least, they're on other rodent themes things. But maybe one day, maybe by 2027, maybe I could get a lick of kangaroo merch. We'll see. I can dream. Oh, I love seeing cowboy themed fursuits. There was one this year that I like didn't get any photos of. I just appreciated from a distance because they were cowboy coded. But this one from 2024, Chef's Kiss. You feel me, buddy? As a badger, yeah. Steppies right here. I mean, you know the cameraman got something after this. Looks your friend Kale. It may be Kale. It's been a year since this. I don't remember fully. It's my 2024 stuff. Oh yeah, I remember the polygonal like horse around. They were really cool. Some capital Y yeehaw energy coming from that shirt. Yeah, if they pulled a gun on me, I think I would just smile. Like I think I'd go like, oh, that's nice. Like I think that'd be my exact reaction. Oh, this is a great photo. Everybody loved Mandit. Thank you for the howdy. Oh, look at this nice coyote, too. Oh, the polygon is 0. Oh my god, Tama, I'm sorry. You can be the only coyote in my life. You can take them out. It's okay. Tama, how is Final Fantasy IV going? It must have been yesterday. I stopped by a stream of yours and you're like, well, that was a great like 6 hours. Bye, everybody. And I'm like, fuck. I missed your Final Fantasy IV adventures. I hope they're fun, though. Yeah, this cutie was around this year, too. They are full of energy. Socks the Circle. Oh my god, Folan. Folan is so cute. They've moved since then, so they didn't come to this year Annex. My husband's so good. Look at those teefers. Tama was pulled an alert because another coyote got praise. Oh, you're right. So we should praise Tama directly instead. Sox is basically an honorary staff. I mean, I feel like they are essentially the Cons mascot in my mind. Oh, yeah, right here. Where the deer and the mouse, Scuff and Folan, were interacting, and then Howl comes over here and essentially just doms and then murders Scuff with their nice sharp jaws. Oh no, they're friends. They're friends. It's fine. And then, oh sorry, they're a little bit more than friends. They're eating and nibbling their horn, which is a very big sign of intimacy from lions. We all think that good. Yeah, they sued for 12 hours. Legit. That is not an exaggeration from Victor. This person is in suit all day, every day at ANEX. Was Bluey Daddy there? Oh, so this is from 2024. So no, I did not notice them there this year. This was last year. If only I could become fuzzy and squishy friends. Mottos, if you come to Annex 2026, I could bring my suit and put you in it. So, Kel, if you're in my May party, whoa, for the end of FF6 run, let's go. Fixed dice plus master scroll. I love that I'm so powerful. We did not see them. Yeah, I did not see them at all this year. Are you also in the banded cap Rago? I guess that makes sense because they're a cool parental smart figure. If only mottos could become fuzzy and squishy. Oh, yeah, my friend Landrin got this amazing commission from Octomano, who I've also commissioned in the past. That was so fucking pretty. Oh, yeah, I talked about crushes with them. Landrin's so cool. Landrin commissioned this piece of art for me, like, a long time ago as a fun gift, and I thought it was very cute. Oh, look at the badge. Oh, my gosh. Whoa, such a good dragon. You've gotten so much mileage out of Nardad Smush. Matos, did you know, maybe you assumed, that I gave Rago a Nardad Smush? The only people who've gotten a Smush are my husband, Rago Gunner, and anybody who's gotten a letter since I printed them. So since Gyoju. What did I even talk about here? Oh, yeah. I love that even a year ago, I'm like, I'm so happy I get to make it time and home to do a VR to see a VR recap of Zord. That's so good. God, this really was like a year ago. They were still using like the original Bat model. Oh man, a year ago, Dr. Hawk did this painting for Zord. Oh my God, it's been a year. So, did you mention that you saw me behind the info desk checking IDs for the plus 18 bands? Remember you came up to me so full of information very gaily? I did say that. That's true. Yeah, Marshman got a smoosh. Zord, regular guest appearance on the Kelif recaps. Can you get a Zoop? You can absolutely get a Zoop. I always have Zoops because it's a bit emote. Ah. Yeah, the IC now. Yeah. Gosh, NX 2024 was really, really good. I mean, how could it not? How could it not be good right here? That was the most many people saw you during the cons. Zord as a library mirror is so good. I know Hawk did like amazing with this piece. I think it's so cute. There is a hidden Rick Fernello here in the books. There is a hidden me here in the books, which I also think is very adorable. The Zoop. I remember being in the stream where I tried with chat to help bully Zord to make the Zoop emoji. Caliph, you know dragons make kobolds feel, especially when they're green, right? Yeah, Deegan's great. Deegan's one of the first people I saw at Annex 24. Yeah. Uff. So next year, you may be very elusive once you get approved for your new position. That's kind of how I have felt this year, Victor. Like, just in terms of Twitch.television and just social events. Like, ever since I started my new job, I feel like I've been kind of, I feel like distant is a strong word, but it might be appropriate. I've not been as active. So I relate to you there. I also relate to sipping tea. Whoa. I don't think I even have a Purif for like Annex 23. Like, I'm sure I did somewhere, but did I save it? Question mark. Oh, wow. This is old enough. It still is in the Legacy PureRef format. That's crazy. Let's see. It's like a Hail Mary. I don't think I have ANEX 23 in terms of like pictures and stuff. I have AC 23. Yeah, it's crazy to think now with all the context, but I did not used to save like all of my old recaps separately. That's wild. Ugh. Mm. Huff, huff, huff. The styles of my recap have changed so much, even just over a year. Granted, I don't do this on every recap. I really like the vertical text though, because it's quickly identifying from range. Is like, what did Kelf get up to? I also like it from like, I sent this to Foodski and a number of other people, where I'm like, here's the preview of my recap. And they try and like zoom in with a magnifying glass of what did you get up to? Was that a skirt? Is that a dress? Ooh, ooh, I could see it from far away. 2023? Yeah, 2023. That was so long ago. When we first met in person, I hugged you in your Durgan suit. That's true, yeah. Gosh, the old venue is so different compared to the new venue, Victor. Calling me out? Why not? I adore this new venue so much. God, my best awkward story from Annex 2023 is, as Victor will remember, it was happening the same weekend as like a cheerleader convention, whatever you want to phrase those. Like there was a bunch of high school cheerleader girls, very young here, well, even younger than that, younger than high school, like middle school, like girls who want to be cheerleaders, and like they were all at this convention center. Yeah, the Sheraton. Yeah, 2 years in a row. And this one like tiny girl walks up to me while I'm in fursuit, and she's like, "Can I have a photo?" Which is a classic thing that you always say yes to. But I was in fursuit and I was like emphatic. I'm like, "I would love to." And I move my arms out like, "Love to." And it turns out there was not one shy cheerleader girl asking for a photo. There were two, but I was blind in fursuit and didn't see them. And when I said, I would love to, I did this and I hit the other girl in the face with my soft paw. So that was the most awkward thing that happened at Annex 2023 was me accidentally hitting a small child in the face with a fluffy paw. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that y'all made it to Annex. I had a great Annex, Embellish. You remember that? I know you were there. Yeah, that definitely happened. FC has that every single year. I promise. I've learned 2 years ago, Kelif was so different. He would hit a child. 2025? No, no, no. I'm different now. Kelif Melt. Kelif Melt is like another sticker that I could imagine getting printed. Oh, I know, Aldra. That is such a knowing smile, Embellis. Hope y'all are having a good night. I am having a good night. It's so a friend asked me how the con went, like after the weekend was over, and I said it went really good. I'm putting together a recap, but golly, have I been tired? Like not sick tired. Like I don't feel like I have any con crud, which I'm very thankful for. But my energy levels have been low. Around like 3:30 p.m. today, I said, I have to stop working so hard or I'm gonna pass out. So like I laid down in my bed, I set like a timer for, it was literally just 10 minutes, but I'm like, I just need a little bit of time away from my problems. And I feel like that'll probably be me for a couple more days before I get back into the swing of things. Full of knowledge. I love to hear that. And Bella, so hope you had a lovely weekend. I think it's over here. Were you part of ... pauses for time? Very slowly keeps talking. Oh, were you part of this adventure? All watching the finals in VR? I thought that was so cute. Hawk shared a photo with me. Smile. Gosh, smile. Yeah, it's interesting. The things are on the cutting room floor that don't make it to stream that I definitely won't talk about that happen at cons. Oh, you're watching with someone else? That's awesome. We watched it at the con. It was too cool of an event to like say no to. Or was it? Yeah. Right here. Holy frig, you drove over 1,800 miles on the weekend? Home to Pittsburgh, to Wisconsin, to Kansas City. That is so much. I hope that you can relax for sure. You're glad to be here. Zord, in my mind, I am no longer the furry VR Friday recap streamer. I feel like you have the mantle. I have passed my crown to you. Oh, you scheduled a meetup with Dusky like 10 minutes ago. I hope Dusky's feeling better. I know they wanted to be able to smush Rago specifically at the con, but leading up to it, I know they were definitely under the weather. So we should say that when Scuffles Marble was on the runnings, we were like, we know that, right? So like they were the one, like we all had everybody's perspective on our different phones. Like I had Zord on mine, he had Pop on us his, another person had Hawks on theirs, and we had like eyes on all of it. So because they were in Poppins, they could actually do the plays. To me, you'll take good care of it. Yeah. Oh, so something that you'll appreciate. Yeah. I was just showing off how I have all my 2024 photos from ANEX still. And we were just looking at this. The 1 year since the painting has been made. So you're going to mention, oh, you saw Solo last Friday in VR. You accidentally microwave them. So did they smell like a Hot Pocket? Like, what was the vibe? You'll DM the pic later? Yeah. Yeah. Circling back to kind of the thing that I was talking about that I've just sort of been tired since the con trip, I will probably end stream before 10 p.m. my time, my normal end time, and just raid out and relax a little bit. On Thursday, I still plan on playing more essays on empathy. I do want to keep playing more of my sad experiences and seeing how that studio's grown. You can still look up and see this painting every day. It brings a warm feeling to your chest. I love that so much. I have 2 paintings now, one from Robican, one from Golden, both of my Persona. They're over there on my shelf. And I have many photos. The photo that my crush printed out for me and framed for me, that one that makes my heart swell. I love that photo so much. So you're in VR like all weekend, and it felt like you were kind of white from it. So I'm assuming you did your dance party thing that you like to do on the Sundays. Did you like a lot of other stuff too? Oh, I'm gonna sip more tea. Ah, yeah. I think I'll lackadaisically think about who I'm going to raid a little bit later. Ooh, Saturday meet and dad's friends had a game night. Oh wow, so you were doing things like all the time. Thanks for the recap stream. Yeah. I plan on getting more energy back by Thursday. But as people were talking about, driving's exhausting, and also I'm an obsessive work person. So I did not take it slow at work either Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, definitely rest up, Mottos. Thank you for the lovely stream. I'm excited to see your DM deckies. Well, I saw it, but actually read it. All of you rest, please. We all need to rest. Hey, Rago. Sorry. Where's the thing? Oh, sorry. One more time. There we go. Hey, Rago. When are you doing your recap stream? Unties your tie very slowly. Mobus, if you just want to undress me slowly in a virtual realm, you just have to hang out with me in VR. Hope you can catch me on Friday again. I will 100% be in VR this weekend. You know what, Marsman? I thought about it. I saw it on my desk and I said, should I bring my clicker? I did not actually bring it. So that was a silly DM. Oh, the story DM hasn't been written yet. Oh, okay, yeah, that was the Thundy one. I'll try and have it be ready by Saturday. Yeah. I mean, as somebody who puts together obsessively detailed recaps, I understand how much time it takes to do them. So you need to Amazon a dog clicker for extra stealthy clicks? You should. So, Kelif, I forgot the tracker straps. Oh, so I remember you saying the tracker straps earlier in the stream, but I did not know the lighthouse mounts too. I put mine on what are this thing called? Tripods. I have my base stations on tripods so I can move them around. They take up more space because they're not mounted to the wall, but it also means I don't have to have anything mounted, which I personally like. So you're working on an asset? Ooh, that's exciting. The the clicker made you immediately lose at Thumper. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to distract. Lamau. Chat, it's very weird to say out loud, but it's also true to me. Like, it feels weird to not stream, even though I spent an entire weekend surrounded by cool people. Part of me was still like, why am I not streaming? Why am I not in VR? I mean, I know the answer to both of those is the fact that I am a ritual person. I am a consistency person. So whenever anything breaks that, I feel strange about it. So the same way VR gets you dog pilled. Oh, you've been bird pilled? Birds are very good. I know that custom levels exist in Thumper, and it's so good. I've only seen Thumper on like Discord calls with like you and who else have I seen playing it? Rick? I started seeing Rick play it too. But I definitely understand the joy there. Buttplug.io plugin for Thumper. Humper, it's right there. Come on, everybody. We gotta get on this. It actually might be a thing. I don't know. Let's see. How long has this person been going? I'm checking. Perfect. Hi, Gally. Chat, I'm Eepy. I had a great recap time. I think I'm gonna end stream early and take care of myself by doing nothing. And I think it's the right, healthy, positive choice to make. And I can talk to you all later on Thursday. I had a great time chatting. I know who I want to raid. I want to raid Ribbon System right here. They're doing some art. I like their art. The title of their art stream is PNG stands for Pretty Neat Garbage. I agree. Let's go support their definitely not garbage. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for being such a wonderful, beautiful, brilliant friend, Kellev. Whoa, thank you. You made it home, but you were listening on the entire ride. Thank you, Gally. You resub next week. They want to interrupt the recap. I had all the alerts turned off, so it wouldn't have like popped up. Just an eepy little guy. I am, but like I know I'll get back into form soon enough. You're wonderful. Don't forget it. You and Chat both. It's true. Yeah, Chat is wonderful. Bye, Arky. Bye, Badger. Bye, Ventira. I hope you all have a delightful night. I, as always, look forward to talking to all of you. I'm going to go upstairs and hug my husband right after this and tell him I love him. Good night.